Because I think about like if he didn't have a platform, then all these things wouldn't even be seen. And even if it is like, I guess for profit, is there a scale of like, is it worth it for at least, putting it in the mainstream and seeing all these people who aren't Latinos, like seeing this message and like still being able to conceptualize and feel the emotions of Puerto Ricans or other Latinos who are so emotionally like captivated by the music. And like, is it worth it? Like, is that fair? Because if there was no Bad Bunny, then there would be no representation and there would be no messages there to begin with at all.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to school. But don't worry, everything is cool. I'm your host, Julyssa, and of course, I am here with the boys, Steve and Brandon. Say what's up, you guys.
What's up?
How y'all doing today?
Brandon, you want to go first or me?
Doing pretty good.
Brandon's doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing, Julie?
I'm chilling.
Chilling like a villain?
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, and as you guys know, we were in the red zone last week. This week, we have to still wear masks outside, but it's okay. All right? There's still like toxogens.
What?
Carcinogens?
Carcinogens?
Toxogens?
Yeah. Toxogens?
Carcinogens,
Yeah,
right?
carcinogens.
You heard anything about that, Julie?
Yeah, I've been seeing stuff, but I don't know.
I don't know if this is true, but I heard leafblowers are banned right now.
Yeah.
Banned?
Yeah,
Is that true?
In LA County.
Really?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
not supposed to use leaf blowers right now.
Well, it's a good thing I don't own a leaf
Because
blower.
it's kicking up all the
But Dad does.
toxogens.
Yeah, true.
All the
He's been using it.
And you didn't tell me nothing?
Have they informed everybody else?
I have no idea.
Only if you have an IG account.
I found out on TikTok. I didn't know.
I found out on TikTok too.
I didn't
Damn.
see it.
I
on
thought
the
it was a
news.
lie. I was like,
Yeah.
Should I
was like,
fact
what?
check?
And then I looked it up, and yeah, I think
it's
it's
true?
like a temporary ban right now.
Yeah. So don't use leaf blowers.
Did he use it before the ban? When did the ban go into place?
I don't know. I saw it yesterday, but he used it probably like 2 days ago.
There you go. Maybe he just didn't know.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know either. Because because obviously, like, I can't even blame my dad. Like, obviously, the logical explanation is, like, there's ash. You're going to, like, try and blow it away, right?
Yeah.
It's not like setting, like, a fire or something, you know?
Yeah. No,
Like
it's crazy. It's crazy that's I'm just more like it's crazy that that's how bad it is outside that you can't.
I saw a video this morning of this lady getting mad at some gardeners because I guess they
Yeah.
were actually cleaning.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was the owner of the house, but the owner of the house was like protecting them and was like get away, like why are you like cursing at them, like they're just
Yeah.
cleaning. And she's like, they're not supposed to be doing that, like it's illegal or some shit like that, or I don't know what she says, but she's basically like yelling at the gardeners or whatever, and she's like cussing them out, and she's saying like she's gonna call ICE because like they're cleaning and doing what.
That's
and then,
fucked up.
yeah, and then the guy's like, you just had your gardeners here yesterday. Like,
Yeah.
why do you have such an issue with mine? Like, and she's like, I didn't have them. And he's like, yes, you did. They were doing the exact same thing that they're doing for me now. And then she kept saying, like, I'm going to call ICE. Like, I'm going to call ICE. And then the guy just keeps, like, cussing her out.
She wouldn't have said that if the gardeners were white. She wouldn't
No.
go up to them and be like,
That's the
can't do
thing,
that."
bro. No gardeners would be white.
Huh?
That's the thing. No gardeners would be white.
Maybe, but I guess I'm just like, I feel like people only jump at the opportunity to speak up against like people like in this case gardeners because they know that they have leverage over them. Like she can call ICE. If they were white people, like if you paid them, like that guy on TikTok who most people's lawns for free. You seen that guy? He does like, I don't know if you call it ASMR, but it's like satisfying videos where he'll be like, I'll clean your yard for free. If it was that guy, she wouldn't have gone up to him. Been like,
Didn't somebody get mad at him, or was that a different guy?
I've seen people get mad at him. They're like, why are you here? Like, what are you doing? This is suspicious. And he's like, I'm just cleaning.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he did it for like, I think it was maybe like an abandoned place, but
Yeah.
the grass was like really bad, and he did it, and one of the neighbors like got really mad at him.
Yeah.
And was like, I'm gonna call the police.
Yeah.
Why are people getting mad for people just like doing their jobs?
I have no idea.
It reminds me, did you guys ever see those videos of the girl who was cleaning the graves?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember she got in trouble, right? She got like
She got in trouble?
I think it's like illegal to do that. I think it's illegal, And I think the way she was going about it, something I think it like degrades the graves. Like it like makes them fall apart faster.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever seen it. No, it's like
I know
this
who you're
lady.
talking about, yeah.
Yeah, it's like this lady who
Is she the one who has the ghost box too, where they'll be like, "Thank you"?
Nah, I don't think
seen
so.
it?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. I don't know enough. Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen a. I don't know if it's the same chick. I've seen a chick clean graves, but it's always people from like 1791. So I'm like, I don't know.
Oh, because like she's trying to make it out like, nobody visits these poor people anymore.
I mean, she's just like it's just like a hobby she does. Like she'll just clean them. Like they'll be overrun with like moss or like you can't see them, so she'll clean them, and she'll be like, nobody visits these graves, but like she feels like it's like a ritual for her. Yeah, to me it seems heartless. You know, it seems like, oh well,
I get you.
You know, and they're almost always never from like the 19. They're not even from the 1900s. They're always from like 1854. So I'm like, this person probably has no living relatives who even knows about this grave. Do you really care that much?
Do you guys think that good things done for money and content are still good things? And because I think that's why people had such a big problem with the girl cleaning the graves, because she did not actually care like about the people or about like, cleaning these graves that haven't been visited by any loved ones. That's why I remember that's what people were saying in the comment section. I was like, you don't really care. You're just doing it for views and content and obviously monetizing that
why
content.
Don't they get out there and clean the graves then? Like, I don't know. I feel like at a certain point, it's like, it's still, the graves are still getting cleaned, you know? For sure, you can make content that's, supposed to be like good content and it'd be bad. Like the people who make like homeless, like dance for money. Like, I think that's bad. But I think at the end of the day, it's like, well, sometimes people just give homeless people like food or clothes and they'll put it on content. And is it completely selfless? I don't know. Probably not. But at the end of the day, somebody's still helping them, you know?
I agree. What do you think, Julie?
I don't know. I feel like...
Does it feel wrong?
I mean, I would see the videos on TikTok, but I would always skip through them because it always just felt weird because it always felt as if she was like, I guess this is wrong. I don't know if this is wrong to say, but it felt like she was playing with death, where it just felt like she was kind of just doing it to be funny sometimes. I don't know if it's the same person, but I just felt like it wasn't very authentic sometimes.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, I never really watched them. I would see a little bit of it, and then it would, like, kind of creep me out, so I would always just skip through them. So I don't really, like,
I get what
know
you
too
mean.
much about it.
Yeah.
Have you seen the guy who dances on graves?
No.
He goes to...
You mean me?
He goes to former presidents. Like, he goes to Richard Nixon, I think Lyndon B. Johnson.
Oh, I have seen him.
And he'll be like...
Rick and Morty.
And he'll dance on their graves.
I have seen it.
I don't know. I feel like, to me...
That's harmless. I mean, it's disrespectful, but it's harmless.
I guess I'm just like, how come that one's funny? And I do think it's funny.
Oh, but
some woman cleans a grave. I'm like... I mean, I think it's okay if you're like, personally, I have this relationship with death. And for me, I just don't want to engage
like a cultural thing, too.
Yeah, I think that's cool. But I feel like I mean, I don't know. I've never really watched her, so people might fact just be like, you ignorant funk. She actually, I don't know.
Do I gotta do research?
Yeah,
right now?
But I feel like at the end of the day, I'm like, I mean, she's cleaning graves. I mean, somebody's got to do it.
Well, because I mean more the concept of like doing good things in return, receiving either money or content or fame.
You feel like she's profiting off of their like.
Well, yes. I'm like, is that inherently bad? Because it reminds me of like a long time ago, we had a similar conversation on this show about like gym content creators who just go to become famous and get money. And it's like at the end of the day, I guess they're winning, right? Because they still like build up their health and they still are good for their body. So in that same kind of perspective, does like doing good things, quote unquote good things, for money, for fame, is it still at the end of the day a good thing? Because I mean, you're still helping either these homeless people, you're still giving them food, you're still bringing awareness to this problem, or is it a bad thing because it's not authentic?
I guess I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys can correct me.
It's okay, bro. It's an opinion.
I feel like you could say that about a lot of things, though. Like, you know how expensive caskets are? aren't caskets like $40,000, $50,000?
Yeah.
And these morticians will charge grieving families, be like, well, I guess you don't love your family, you know?
Yeah.
You don't want to buy the $100,000 casket? Pff, yeah, I get it. I didn't love my grandma either. You know, like, I feel like, isn't that wrong? Don't they get commissions off of that? I feel like, if anything, I think that's a little worse, you know? Or at least, you know? And then she's cleaning graves. And also, you can pay people to clean your family's grave.
Yeah.
That is a business, you know? So I'm like, are they fucked up? The people you pay to like, you know? I'm just like, I mean,
No, I do get what you mean. You guys want to hear the opposing opinions as to like, I looked up and just went to the comments just to see what it was. One person said that there are families and wishes of the deceased that want it to be overgrown as part of the closure process and reclaiming by nature mentality. While you might be happy, some could be devastated by what she did. Other creators do this and contact family first to ask for permission. And then another one said, there's videos where she takes away stuff left on the grave, including toys. There was another lady doing this stuff ages back, but she picked old and / or damaged and forgotten graves and told their stories while cleaning. This lady is just using people's graves to sell products.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe I'm not talking about the right chick. I don't know.
I mean, there seems to be now, there people are alluded to, there's a couple of people who do this. But I mean, more just the concept. Like, is that bad? Is that good? What do you think?
I guess the way people are presenting it, if it's that chick, that it's against the family's wishes. You know what I mean? So I guess in that case, it's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean, the concept, not the moving away from the grave in the cemetery. What do you think, Julie?
Just cleaning graves?
No. The concept of doing good things in return, receiving like money and fame.
I don't know. I guess the way you started it, like with what intentions did you start it?
Do you think that matters?
Yeah.
How come?
Because I feel like that'll just say a lot more if like you're actually meaning for it or not. Because I don't know. I feel like that's with a lot of things. Like, I know we were going to bring this up, but it's the same thing with like Bad Bunny. Like the fact that he kind of took back everything he said, but now he's more trying to do and speak out for his own country. And now he's profiting off of that because everybody loves him. So he's going to get a shit ton of money. And like Puerto Rico is going to get a lot of exposure, which is what very well deserved. You know, like they're going through a lot. But it's like, where at that point do you say like, oh, is this good or bad? Because it's like, I mean, Puerto Rico's still going to profit. Like, it's still going to be heard with like the things that are happening to the country. So it's like, it's in that thing where I'm like, I don't know. Like, I
need
really don't know.
the full context because I'm not really educated on the Bad Bunny stuff. What is like the Bad
So
Bunny
like,
thing?
because people were mad that Bad Bunny was dating Kendall Jenner. And Kendall Jenner has always been the type of person and her family to exploit Black and brown people. And for a long while, Bad Bunny always talked about hating people who do that and like, you know, colonization and like imperialism and all that. And he hated people who, and he even spoke in a song where he was like, everybody's trying to take from our culture and be like us kind of thing. And he also took that back. So it was just very much like him going back on everything that he said and everything that he was fighting for. Because he was always vocal and he would protest, especially back in Puerto Rico. So it was like he was very outspoken about a lot of things, but then he ended up dating somebody who was the representation of all the things he hated. So it was kind of like, it didn't make sense. And then for him to now like come out and like be that person again, it's like, are your intentions actually like, did you actually believe these things, or is it just because you just want to profit out of them and because everybody kind of hated you already?
He's virtue signaling.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I forget what podcast it was. I think it's recently. He spoke out against.
He was like, they were called like TODO CHIDO.
Yeah, no, it was I don't know which one. There's so many podcasts now. Where he's basically he kind of goes back to his original stance from what I've seen, you know, which, you know, and then he talks about the Tony, what's his name? Tony Hinch.
Oh yeah, I saw that. The I don't who gives a fuck about what his name is.
The comedian who was at the Trump rally,
insulted Puerto Rico.
who
Yeah,
insulted Puerto Rico.
You don't need to say his last name.
And he just basically talked about that. So that's what I saw, where he denounced that. When did that even happen though? That happened forever ago.
It happened like in November of last year.
I don't know. Like, don't quote me on this. I don't really follow celebrities in general. Like, I just don't.
Mm-hmm.
So,
it's just whatever like the mainstream picks
yeah,
up.
Yeah,
Like, I get you.
You know. So I'm like, did he say anything like right when that happened? Like, did he come out like when
he released a statement? Yeah,
he did.
Yeah, in support of Kamala.
Oh really?
Yeah,
right,
around that time. Around that time.
It's because I didn't know. I'm not even trying to.
No,
like,
it's cool.
I was just more like, if he didn't, I would have hoped that he had said something earlier. I don't know. Like, I guess I would have liked a little more when that was happening. You know, instead of after the fact.
Break it down for me, Julie. What is it lately that Bad Bunny? Because I mean, I've heard murmurs, kind of like the same. I haven't really been following the storyline. But what is exactly that Bad Bunny did recently that's like coming off as virtual signaling?
I think currently he put out a whole album speaking out about Puerto Rico. I think there's a song like talking about Hawaii or something. And I think in Hawaii, I think a lot of the things have been, you know, exploited there, like especially the culture, and you know, there's a lot of tourism now, and like it's been taken over. Like Hawaii's like been basically colonized. And in a way, he's trying to be outspoken about Puerto Rico. And I think I haven't listened to the album. This is just more of like what I've interpreted from everybody always posting his songs and like what they kind of talk about. And it's essentially like a love letter to Puerto Rico and kind of like being outspoken. I remember one time, I don't think it was in this show, but in the past show, I talked about when he wrote a song that was catered to kind of showing what's happening when I think Puerto Rico went through like natural disaster, and they were like off. They didn't have like lights. They didn't have electricity for like days. Like they were just going through a lot. And then there's a lot of celebrities, especially white celebrities, who are moving there because of, you know, like taxes and stuff, right? And so he was very outspoken about in that other past album about it, which I talked about because I was like, oh, like that's very like praising on him that he's still very outspoken. He's always, at the time, this was before I think he was dating like Kendall Jenner, but at the time, he was always very outspoken. Like you would always see him in pictures of being at protests for Puerto Rico. So like he was very outspoken about all these things. And then it kind of just all shifted when he started dating Kendall Jenner because he took everything back. Like I think he had said that not only was it that the U.S. government was failing Puerto Rico, but he said Puerto Rico itself was also failing itself. And then I think in that past album when he said that everybody is trying to take from our culture and be like us, he also took that back. He's like, oh no, like I respect that everybody kind of wants to embrace the culture. And so it was just very like, he was very contradicting himself. Like he was just basically backtracking on everything that he had said because at the time it had been rumored that he was dating Kendall Jenner. And so then that all happened, right? And I think the issue that everybody had is the fact that the Kardashian and Jenner family has always been the type of people who always just take from the black and brown community. I mean, it's been seen. They're always talked about, you know, they're always like criticized for the things that they do, especially Kendall Jenner, who made a tequila brand and basically like took from, you know, Mexican culture, and she just ran with it and she just wanted to profit off of it. And she never really, I don't think she ever really said anything about it. Like she was never like, oh, I'm sorry, like I didn't mean to, like blah, blah. Like she just ran with it. And so then there's a lot more of like, I guess that's another side of it where people are like, so are you only like, I guess outspoken about Puerto Rico, but when it's other Latino communities that are being affected and exploited by them, you don't care. Which is like a whole different side. Yeah. Like he's Puerto Rican. Like I get that he's going to be more outspoken about Puerto Rico, and the Kardashians and the Jenners don't really do anything that affects Puerto Rico. So he's kind of like, you know, like if they're not doing anything, like
why am I gonna get upset?
Yeah. To like my own people, right? And so then now currently he brought out a whole new album that's basically just outspoken a lot more. And then they broke up, I think. I don't know how long ago.
Oh, really?
I don't think they're together anymore. And I think in the album people are saying, this is just implied of like what I've taken from the internet, so I don't really know. But people are saying that he basically is like, he wrote a love letter to Puerto Rico, and I think he he sort of disses Kendall Jenner and saying that he hasn't been happy since 2020, which is the last time he dated his ex-girlfriend, which is before Kendall Jenner. So basically he was implying that he was never happy with Kendall Jenner. Like, and people are kind of like laughing at it because they're like, oh, like that's crazy that he writes a whole album, but it's not about you. It's about his ex-girlfriend that was before you. And so that's like a whole other thing too. But that's like that whole thing of like there's a new current album and it's like hit like #1 on like
I've heard people have told me it's really good.
I haven't listened to it mostly because like ever since I guess when he backtracked on everything that he said, I stopped listening to him.
You don't think people can change? Or have
well, because that's the
redemptions?
thing where I'm just like, did he actually care about any of these things? Were his intentions actually like real of like him actually caring about all these things? Because it's like you know who these people are. Like they're huge people, and like they've always been the type to, you know, always be like controversial and like do all these things of exploiting the Black and brown communities. And how is it that you've been outspoken about all these things that you hate, but you end up dating the one person who's that big representation of all of those things that you hate?
Yeah.
And it's just like,
But it doesn't redeem him to have broken up with
I
him?
just feel like, so far for like myself, no. I mean, like, again, I think that's the part where I'm like, is it good or bad what he's doing? Because like, it's good. Like he's still being outspoken again about Puerto Rico and the things that are going with them. And I think that's great because he has a big platform, you know. But it's just like, I think it goes back to like the intention, like what was real and what wasn't. And I'm not saying like any of it is wrong, like he's wrong or like people are wrong for still trying to support him. Like that's all them, like people can support him. But I just feel like, what are your intentions? Like, is that good or bad for you? Like, when does it become where it's like you kind of have to also be held accountable for the things that you're doing? Because it affects people. Like him dating Kendall Jenner was basically saying like she can do whatever she wants and like she can exploit as many people as she wants and people are still gonna like fuck with her. Because it's like it still gives them power. That's the reason that they still have big power and like this whole entirety thing. Like it's the fact that like even with like the whole fires and stuff, like they're being outspoken about all these things, but they have a shit ton of money that they can donate. It's just like it just lets them just slide off and getting away with everything that they're doing to exploit people.
Yeah.
And so then that's like my issue where it's just like I think that's why it got me so mad as to him, like, I guess dating her. Cause it was like, I thought you were this type of person who like cared about all these different things that you've always been outspoken, but you dated the one person who has always been controversial, and her family in general has always been controversial. So how is it that it's kind of like you say you hate racism, but you end up hanging out with people who are racist? It's like that. And it's just like, how can you surround yourself with people like that when you've been so outspoken about other things?
Yeah, I understand that, but I think what changes for me is if they are broken up, that doesn't change anything for you.
I think more what she's saying is because I think as people who are in the Latino community, right? I think it's disappointing to see people flip-flop on topics like this. You know what I mean? I for sure get what you mean. Like I think that's very disappointing. Like I think maybe like I'm not really saying like whether or not he can change or cannot change.
Yeah.
But there's people who are affected, like these topics, there's people who are affected who can't really afford people to be flip-flopping like that. You know what I mean? Like Bad Bunny's the biggest artist probably on the planet. Like at least top 3, you know? And I think when like to see him like flip-flop in that, for sure people are like, oh, then it must not be that serious then. You know what I mean? I get what you mean. Like I think when it comes to certain causes, you really hope and you really want people to be as firm and as unwavering on them as possible. Because I think when you give an inch, you give a mile with certain things. Like with when it comes to like racism or discrimination or sexism, I really do. I really think you give an inch, you give a mile. So I understand the disappointment of like everybody has to stay firm, because I think that's the only way things get changed. Like if you look at history, it never really, I don't think things get changed when like people are like, oh, I mean, I guess like, you know. So I get what you mean that it's like it's disappointing, because I think it's fair to I think there's two separate things. Like, is what he's doing right now a net positive? Yeah, like
Yeah.
for sure it's a net positive. But like in terms of like his character, I think it's okay to be like, I don't know. It's like I think a lot of people were hoping that finally, like a star who's using their platform like the way we want to, and to see it like crumble like that and then also switch it on, it's very disappointing. You know, I get what you mean.
I guess because since I keep thinking about the fact that they broke up, the way I see it is I see someone who grew up in Puerto Rico and then became a star. And I think when you become a star, the pressure of wanting to fit the status quo is just so severe. And I think it's valid to criticize him and to still hold him accountable for all the negative things that he's done. But if he has broken up with him, and I've seen just from not, I haven't listened too much to the album either, but I heard about that concert that he had where it's only for Puerto Ricans and how you can't get a ticket if you're not from Puerto Rico, and how they even have a test before you order a ticket. I feel like stuff like that is powerful, and I feel like I don't know, multiple things could be true at the same time. At the same time, I think that he could still be criticized and still not have the love back of his loyal fans who felt betrayed by his relationship with Kendall. But I think that him trying to recover, I don't know, I see it as like at least he didn't stay with her forever and married her and had a bunch of kids with her.
But he still gave her a platform. Like he still like gave her this thing of like, no, she's cool, like she's fine, like all these things. And
But you
and
said
I
he
just
dissed
feel-
her in the new song.
Yeah, but I still feel like even though he still did what he did though, like I think I think that's why like I've had a hard time with it, because I'm like, is it good or bad, like what he's currently doing now? And like the whole concert thing, I think that was like before he dated Kendall Jenner. I think because now I've been seeing everybody that I know from here is gonna go to that Puerto Rico concert. So I don't think that's current anymore. At least him like
I thought that
having,
was recent. I saw it like a couple of days ago.
I don't know. I saw people buy tickets that are going to Puerto Rico, and they're all from here, and they're not Puerto Rican.
Because I know his new album is all about how you shouldn't go to Puerto Rico.
Well, it's weird because I've been seeing a shit ton of people who are from here are Mexican and like
that's
got
like
tickets too.
immoral on them.
But
I don't know if
I'm
that's
just
Bad
saying
Bunny's
that I don't
thing.
know. I'm saying I don't know if the whole concert thing is actually current. I think that was like a while ago. I remember hearing about that too, but that was like a while ago. But that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know if like what he's currently doing now. Like again, like I said, like I think it's good that he's still being outspoken, but I think it just feels like his intentions aren't really good as much anymore. Like I think now it's just like publicity, because I think he knows that for a while.
Signaling?
I think for a while he's been kind of getting canceled ever since he started dating Kendall Jenner, and this is all just like
a PR
me.
stunt.
Like this is just me, my own opinion. Like but this is just from what I pick at of like I think like he's just doing it now because he knows that people are gonna love him again if he's being outspoken about something, you know, like it's kind of in that same thing where we've talked about where there's also that rumor of like how, you know, Justin Baldoni was doing his like his podcast, and he was being very, very encouraging about women, but he's just trying to exploit and take from that because he knows that people are gonna eat that up. Like it's the same thing with Bad Bunny. Like people are just gonna take everything that he's saying and they're gonna be like, yes, because like this is the guy he used to be, right? But then that's what I'm saying. Like where does it feel like, or where is it that it's like kind of, because it does seem a little bad, where it just seems like his intentions aren't there anymore, like how they used to be. And so like it just feels weird for that all to happen. It's kind of like how we were saying about the Graves too. Like where is it where it's like she's doing something good, right? Where it's like she like is cleaning these things for abandoned things, and but yet she's like getting content and she's getting money right off of it. Like Bad Bunny's profiting out of all of this.
For sure.
He's getting richer,
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
And I think that's where it's like, but where is that like where it's becoming like good to do?
I get what you mean. It's kind of like based on like, again, I don't know. Like I don't really follow him or like celebrities in general, but like based on like what I'm hearing, it's like I think at one point it seemed like he was a reliable like ally, or then he kind of took actions that proved he wasn't really a reliable ally, and he probably might have had like what would you call it, like intentions of like kind of how you said, where some people will fake feminism for money. You know what I mean? And I think at that point, I guess from your perspective, it's also like it can be frustrated for him to be like, oh my God, like he's so revolutionary, when it's like, no, he's not. Like, don't you remember when he flip flopped on it and he was like, actually, I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I get what you mean. It's like
How old is Bad Bunny?
27 maybe. I
27?
know he's young. I don't know.
Yeah, he's young. Oh, because I just think about it like, I don't know, man. He's from Puerto Rico too, right? Like
And-
born and raised, right?
Yeah, and I'm not saying he can't change. He can
Mhm.
change for sure, but I
Mhm.
think it's just more of like what he's doing. He's very much profiting off of all of this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like it feels in a way just wrong because of like everything he's kind of just taken back.
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's my frustration with like that, and just like holding, I guess, celebrities accountable for the things that they do.
Yeah, because I mean, I haven't listened to. I've listened to the album a little bit because it is everywhere. Like it is a bunch of people praising it. I have homies who like I get into their car and they're playing it, so it is everywhere. But I've seen on TikTok too, and RIP TikTok by the time this comes out, and might not be here anymore. But I've seen people like crying. Have you seen those? The people listening to this one specific song and people are like crying over
Yeah.
it. And then he also, I don't know the context. I wish I had like brushed up on it. But there's also like this, he saw like a bunch of videos and like he posted a video of himself crying. What is that? Do you know what that
No.
is? No? But there's like this trend going on right now with one of the songs on his album that people say is like extremely powerful. And for anybody who's ever been to Puerto Rico or was raised there, like it's eye opening because finally they feel seen.
Yeah.
And it's literally just trends of people just crying. And so for me, I guess like the reason why I could quote unquote not defend him, but see the other side of what is the goodness in all this is that it truly is touching people on a personal level and seeing and humanizing the Puerto Ricans, because like obviously they are going through their own colonization, imperialism. So I'm like, I know he's not he hasn't made the best decisions in his lifetime, but I think that if he truly is trying to somehow be an ally to the Latino community, specifically to the Puerto Rican community, I think that like why not extend a leaf branch? Is that the expression? Leaf branch?
No, it's extend an olive branch.
An olive branch. I don't know why olive branch. Leaf branch is kind of similar. Olive branch out because I'm like, if he broke up with her, if he's saying that he's been miserable since he's been with her, then maybe he's had a revelation of being like.
But I don't really think Julie is questioning the effects, though.
No, but I know, but that's just what I'm saying. Like in my own opinion.
I just think that in general people need to stop really glorifying the like stars like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think from Julie's perspective, she's saying it's validly disappointing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But ultimately, I do agree that I think people just need to stop glorifying stars in that way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, like at the end of the day, they're always in for money.
Mm.
You know, I don't know though. Like I never followed him, or I never really. Yeah.
I just feel like I think I've seen those videos because I've seen people be outspoken about it, and I think even then it feels very
Performative?
not performant from the people.
Mm-hmm.
Like what they're feeling is very valid and like very strong, and I think that's why even more I'm disappointed at Bad Bunny, because I think it's the same thing of like I feel like he's just profiting off of all of this when people are genuinely being affected by this. Like people are genuinely like Puerto Rico is like being destroyed, and I get that. Like I completely get that. Like that happens with a lot of cultures, and like, but I think that's where I see where it makes me mad that he took everything back, because it's just very much like it feels like yes, there's good intentions, but he's still profiting off of all of this. And I think it just gave everything in a bad light, because I'm like, it makes me feel even worse for the people who are like, I guess, like connecting to his music, because it's like they genuinely have a connection to this music, and they genuinely have these strong feelings for their country. And I feel like in a way, like,
It's like they're being used.
yeah, it's like they're being used for their feelings. And I think that's why for me, it makes me like disappointed and like frustrated, because I feel like somebody like this doesn't deserve that platform anymore. Like I think the way he kind of just backtracked on that, I don't think he deserves it anymore. Like I think that's why it makes me mad, because I'm like, I feel like him taking back everything he said and like dating these people and surrounding himself with these type of people, like I just feel, and like I don't know,
unforgivable.
I I generally don't forgive him for that. Like I can't.
And you never will.
And I don't think I will, because I just feel like now it just feels like he's using people's feelings, and I think that's really messed up to do. Because I think people, like how you said, people are crying. People are like genuinely like
Being moved by his album.
moved by his music, and like that's the part that like I guess gets me, where like I'm kind of like, I don't want to say that like he should stop, but it's still helping people. Like people are being very touched with everything, and I think that's the part where I'm conflicted, because it's like I know what he's doing is good for the people, because like people are generally feeling moved and connected, and like all these, and passionate, and all these things, and seen, and like I don't want to take that away from people, like I don't, but I'm just like, him and the way he's acted has felt like, I think it's not right. And I feel like I think he needs to be held accountable, and I don't think he deserves the platform anymore. Like I don't think he's the type of person who deserves it and to be praised for it. Cause I think him going back on everything just took him away from that. It took, like, if it was like a thing, like I feel like he lost that.
Yeah, I get you. It's 'cause I think about it like the Batman, the Dark Knight thing. It's like maybe he's not the hero that we deserve, but the one we need. Because I think about like, if he didn't have a platform, then all these things wouldn't even be seen. And even if it is like, I guess, for profit, is there a scale of like, is it worth it for at least, putting it in the mainstream and seeing all these people who aren't Latinos, like seeing this message and like still being able to conceptualize and feel the emotions of Puerto Ricans or other Latinos who are so emotionally like captivated by the music. And like, is it worth it? Like, is that fair? Because if there was no Bad Bunny, then there would be no representation and there would be no messages there to begin with at all. Or I don't know, maybe, who knows, maybe another star would rise up if he was gone. But that's the way I kind of see it, is like, it maybe if even if his intentions aren't all there, is it still worth it because it benefits people? You get me?
Yeah.
It's literally the Harvey Dent, like Dark Knight kind of like allegory that I see it as.
I think it's valid. I think you're valid to not trust him anymore. Like, I think as a Latino woman, you're his main demographic. You know what I mean? And I think the disappointment you feel, I don't think you're alone. I've seen people talk about it, So I think it's valid. I think it's 100% valid to feel that way. Because at the end of the day, I think, I don't know. I guess the way I see it is like, these topics are very serious, like when it comes to like the people of Puerto Rico or any Latino topics in general. So I understand the frustration of, of these people can't afford for people to flip flop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I get that 100%. So that's just my opinion on it. Is I think you're valid if you don't trust him or if you don't want him to have a platform, because I think at the end of the day, you are in part the platform he's representing. You know what I mean? So I think it's valid to I mean, not platform, the audience he's representing. So I think it's valid for you to be like, nah, I don't trust him. I don't really want him representing me anymore. At the end of the day, because I know he speaks up for Puerto Rico, but I think the Latino community, despite as much people want us like divide us, I think everybody's brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
I think any Latino's victory is a Latino victory for everybody. So for sure, I feel like if you're like, you know what, I don't really want this guy representing. I don't feel like this guy speaks for me. I think that's valid. You know what I mean? Maybe he's changed. I hope. I hope he's changed. But I remember this guy that I see on TikTok a lot. He made a point that stuck with me. It wasn't at all about Bad Bunny though. It was about somebody who got canceled, where they got canceled for saying something like a lot worse than what Bad Bunny said.
By comparison, looks like a Biggie was fat. Like,
like they said something really bad.
Yeah,
I have completely forgot.
Maybe what's it called? Jam, wasn't it Nicky Jam? Maybe him.
No, something like that. It was something really bad, and whoever it was got canceled, obviously. And then they made a statement like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Like, please forgive me."
It has to be him. It has to be Nicky Jam.
And people were like, he said sorry, but I think the creator, for me, made a really interesting point that I don't think I've never seen, is in order to back up something or say something, like for if it was Nicky Jam or if it was somebody saying a slur, there's years and years of stuff that built up to that moment. You know, there's life experiences, there's belief systems, there's thought processes that all culminate, that were built and reinforced over years to culminate to that moment. You know, to get up on a political stage, if it was Nicky Jam, and say, I support Trump, to call someone a slur or to say, I'm racist, that doesn't just happen out of the blue. Like, I know a lot of people like try to represent it as like, oh, like, you know, it was just that.
Like a passion of the moment.
Yeah,
mistake.
but that's not true. It always has years. And so he said, when people apologize or do like one thing, it's like there's so much more you need to do. Like to undo 10 years of racism, 10 years of ignorance, it doesn't happen in a just like, I was wrong, my fault. It takes time. Like, some people have to go to therapy for that. Some people have to really unpack what those thought processes were about. So I understand to some degree what you're getting at, you know, where it's like, I think there's a lot of work to be done if that's the case, you know? And I feel like if he hasn't earned your trust back, I still think like there's still a lot of work to be done. Because now for me, that stuck with me. That what that guy said of like, whenever I see somebody apologize or like make a statement of like, oh, you know, I know I said, you know, a slur, but I'm sorry. I think it's like, well, now begins a long, arduous process of you unpacking and redoing a lot of work. So it's never as black and white as I'm sorry. You know what I mean?
For sure, I agree. Yeah, this is crazy. It just relates. Like, I was just talking to a friend who felt that they were betrayed by a friend or hurt by a friend, and they made up. They had a talk down. They sat down and they said that they were sorry. Mainly the person who felt betrayed was apologized to, and I told them that because they had told me that they still felt a little bit like hurt by it, and I had said that I think not only does it take time to heal, it also takes time to actually see if they really are sorry. So I think that's what you're getting at, and I completely agree. I think relating it to the Bad Bunny thing, I think I completely understand. If you never forgive him, that's like totally valid. Because I think that releasing an album,
it's like we're homies.
I know.
Like, you know him?
I don't even know the man.
I know, but I think like it is that deep, and everything that is that deep, like like as if you were a friend, because like. At least for people who we felt like we're only now on the come up, Latinos are now on the come up. Like, it feels that real because culturally we feel like a big family. So it is that deep. And I think that if you never forgive him, that's valid. And if you feel as though he hasn't earned that, and he probably hasn't, it's only been like maybe like a year since he broke up with Candle,
I don't know.
whatever.
Well,
I don't know.
Well, I was gonna say as well. It's like, I think from your perspective, and I only say your perspective because I don't follow him. I know I keep saying that. I would feel like, given the right circumstances, would you flip flop again? I understand, like you said, not trying to take away the impact. I think generally it's a complete net positive. I'm so glad that our Puerto Rican brothers and sisters are feeling seen and are having their moment in the spotlight, you know? Like, don't get me wrong, that's fucking amazing. Like, they deserve it. However, I do understand the concern of like, given the right circumstances, would you backtrack this? You know what I mean? Because it's like, you've done it before. Yeah. So when you're saying like it takes time for people to say like, to really see if they changed, I get what you mean. Yeah. It also
no, go ahead. Well, because I think even throughout like him dating her, I don't think he put out any album about him speaking about like Puerto Rico until now. Really? That they're not together anymore.
Because he had that, what's that album called? The one where he's on the horse? Well, he's not on the, it's not him.
I don't know. I'm telling you that I completely.
Is that the one?
I don't know. I'm telling you that like
you haven't heard it.
Like I don't know any of his albums after like Un Verano Sin Ti, and like everything after that, like that he dropped. Like I don't really know. I don't even know if he was dating Kendall Jenner already.
I think it's important to also like. I mean, not that anybody really cares from our audience, but I think it's important to also like say. It isn't because like Bad Bunny got with a white girl. It's specifically because he got with a Kardashian, right? It's because of her family. Because it's not inherently like because she's white. Because I think some people, well, from what I've seen from my side of things, were specifically just because Kendall Jenner was white. As if Bad Bunny is like this super like Like
Dark skin.
I know,
Yeah.
like as if he doesn't look himself, he isn't white passing.
No, I get every people's frustrations with the Kardashians and the
No,
Jenners, for
100%, yeah.
Because like you talked about the fires. I mean, you guys can fact check this. My jaw dropped when I saw is that the Kardashians used like 9 months or 9 years worth
I don't know about that.
worth of water in like a week.
Yeah.
That's wild. And I think they only got fined like $1,000, and they're fucking billionaires. That's like
yeah.
literally like a quarter.
I had seen that they
Yeah.
were over their water usage, but I don't know about the whole 9 years. And
Yeah,
I know it was a long time.
It's something
and they
ridiculous.
use it like in a week or a day or something.
Yeah, because they obviously water their like lawns, and then
they got a big ass house.
they probably got
And
like 17
they're
bathrooms.
complaining about there's no water, but they're the
Yeah.
ones who are using majority of the water.
Yeah.
Like
I got the facts right here.
stupid ass.
You guys want to hear the facts of how
Yeah,
much it is?
sure.
It's according to Yahoo.com, citing my source. Is Yahoo a trusted source?
I hope so.
I hope so.
That's what we're using.
It says it is being pointed out that Kim and Khloe Kardashian used 330,000 gallons of excess water in just 1 month after Khloe publicly slammed LA's mayor amid the devastating wildfires. I think that's so annoying. I just think that's so annoying that like a celebrity gets on their high horse. That's another thing that I think I want to add to the Bad Bunny thing. I think that you know how I was asking like, is it still a good thing if somebody does a good thing in return for profit? I think to me, I think maybe not really certain, but I think it changes based on the attitude of the person once they do that good thing. If they're constantly like, I'm such a good person, oh my God, I'm such a blessing to this world. Like, thank God these poor people, these subhumans wouldn't be anywhere without me.
What would they have done without me?
Yeah, like I think then that's so fucking annoying, and I feel like that's what annoys me about the Kardashian water thing.
Yeah,
Is that they're going at the mayor. I was like, let me use my rich and fame to speak up.
Yeah,
And it's like, bro, you're literally doing you're doing worse than I bet you the mayor has never used that much water in 1 month.
yeah.
So I'm like, who are you to criticize like anybody? Because I still think multiple things can be true at the same time.
Yeah.
Sidebar also, like I think obviously if you're a terrible
Yeah.
person, you could still call out another terrible person.
Yeah.
But I think like, bro, look in the mirror every now and then. Like how can you
I
use that much
found
water
it.
usage?
Kim used 9 years worth of water in a single month.
Damn.
9 years.
Nine
But
years.
how do you measure 9 years worth of water?
I think it's just
Worth
like
of-
I think it's
what's
like
the
on
measurement there?
average, like a certain person needs or has to use like X amount of gallons, and if you use that like based on like this is more than enough. Over time, they used 9 years that the average person. So like you might use that much water in 9 years. That's what Kim did.
That makes sense. Then.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But however, I also want to add that I think Khloe and Kim's intentions are that they want to get the mayor out of office because she's a Democratic mayor, and they obviously want a Republican mayor,
They're Republican?
of course.
How's that of course?
rich,
Are you
bro.
are you playing a character? Or are you being
I really did not know they were Republican.
Well, it's more in the sense of like obviously they
2
want
plus
tax
2 equals
cuts.
4.
They want tax cuts.
But-
You know?
Wait, didn't Kim meet Trump?
Yeah.
Aren't they like homies or
Are
something?
they? Let me see. I'm gonna look up.
I think because was it when Kanye was running? Like
Yeah.
they were like cool with Trump or something.
I mean, yeah, I know.
Supposedly, there's also a rumor that I don't know how true. Allegedly,
Well, it's
that
literally the second
that
sister.
supposedly they're also like they were voting for like a Republican. I forgot who was running against Karen Bass, but they were for her opponent basically.
Yeah.
I don't know how true that is, but supposedly that's what the internet is also saying. That
Yeah.
supposedly like they were more running like towards the Republican candidate than like Karen Bass. So.
Is Kim Kardashian just a Republican now? Has Kim Kardashian gone MAGA? Kim Kardashian visits the White House under Trump. Yeah, see, there's her with Trump.
To all the Republican, but I mean, you could take a picture and run into Trump. I mean, he's not like taking a picture there on the. Oh, actually, never mind.
They're homies.
Never mind.
Come on, bro. Also,
But she's not like.
come on, bro. Also,
it's not
she's-
like Trump when he's with Epstein.
Also, she's a billionaire. I think, like you said, 2 + 2 = 4. She stands everything to gain.
I know.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the stuff? I think also Khloe also came out again about the incarcerated firefighters and how they
Yeah.
should be paid more.
Yeah. Did she?
I think she said that. I think
Yeah.
So
she
they're
also-
not all
she
Republican.
Also, she also spoke out about it, And people were saying like, "Oh, who's gonna pay for it?"
Yeah.
They're like, "Who's gonna pay for that money? Are you gonna give them that money?
Yeah.
Are our tax dollars gonna give them that money?
Yeah.
Do you guys pay taxes?"
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
did you guys see that thing? It's on theme of the
Yeah.
fires and stuff. That like celebrities aren't as rich as people think that they are. Have you seen that?
No.
No, you guys haven't seen that.
Mm-mm.
Did you hear that guy who he came out I think in Guardians of the Galaxy?
Digimon Ejiofor?
You heard about that one, right?
But that I think that's different though. I genuinely do. I think he's a dark skinned black man in Hollywood.
Mm.
And I think Hollywood has a long standing history of underpaying black actors and brown actors.
True,
you know?
true.
When it comes to the Kardashians, they're billionaires. You know what I mean?
For sure. I mean,
Yeah.
for sure, the Kardashians specifically. I just kept seeing this like rhetoric of people saying that celebrities in general aren't as rich as people say they are. Celebrities aren't. But it is funny because I think somebody pointed out somebody's net worth, like some celebrity that was white. I don't remember whose, but their net worth was 8 million, and someone was like, "You see, he's only worth 8 million," and someone was like, "I don't know, that seems like a lot to me."
Well, I remember Sydney Sweeney got flack for that. She said
because she did like
because she said like, "Can you guys believe like I can't afford to stop working for 4 months? Like if I stop working for 4 months, I'll be broke." And everybody was like, "So will I." Like I can't just stop working for 4 months and not do anything. Obviously there's probably nuance to that because she's a woman.
Yeah.
However, I do think in certain cases celebrities be like, "Poor me, I
Yeah.
only have $2 million."
Yeah, no, because it's
Some
also
people-
mismanagement,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Some people were also saying that because some people are generally like sympathizing with them, and they're like, yeah, like
you were seeing them as human?
Yeah.
They're like all that money that their net worth was their house basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's assets, right? They put their money in assets.
Yeah, that's usually what because net worth isn't usually the money you have in your pocket.
Yeah.
It's like everything you own, including like.
I just
So they're saying that a lot of the celebrities that lost their house basically did lose their money because of their house.
Yeah.
yeah, or they do it in art too, right?
Mm.
Isn't that why people say art is a scam? Because a lot of stuff is their net worth is art.
I also think it varies because, like we said, the Kardashians probably they are actually ultra rich. Not even actually,
and they
they
didn't lose
are.
their house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't lose their house. They were
Yeah.
near the fire, but I don't think they lost their house.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like there
And
is
they-
probably some celebrities out there who are less rich.
I don't know. I feel like if they lost the house, I think they would still be rich.
Yeah.
We're about to
Like
see a lot of
like compared to other
Well, because
I guess, celebrities.
they own Skims. They
Yeah.
own they have their makeup brands. They're literally billionaires. They're family of billionaires. They're
shit.
fine.
They're just like rich for being rich too.
Yeah,
like
they're rich to be rich.
yeah.
like
they
they're
just
just
have money.
famous. Like, people just
Yeah.
give them money.
I don't know. I think after you become a billionaire, I personally lose a lot of sympathy for you in terms of like I'm not too super concerned with what goes on with you.
Mm.
I think most billionaires are immoral.
Yeah.
I guess because like I think about like I have actually I don't know if I should say this is a little bit too much. I was just gonna say people's financial situation, but like not give any names or nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna out people and
Yeah.
no, but
I don't know. I said it before. I think billionaires should be illegal. I think you should be allowed to be a billionaire.
yeah, I still wonder how that would be implemented though. Like,
I think it goes by tax rates. So after Bernie Sanders, I think mentioned it. Like after 999 million, you get taxed at 100%.
it just annoys me because I'm like that money isn't even gonna be used for good use. Fucking we got Elon Musk in the White House. Fucking being like, let's create a new branch of government.
But that's what it aims to stop oligarchies. I don't think you should be able to have enough money to influence
Isn't it
government.
crazy that it's Elon and Mark Zuckerberg that are going to be at Trump's inauguration?
And
Nobody voted for those guys.
and Jeff Bezos. Don't
Nobody
forget Jeff.
voted for those guys. Have you seen that video of Jeff Bezos where that engineer is like, I've worked for you since I was like basically like a fetus.
And he was like,
Oh, thank you.
"That's cool."
Thank you. That's cool. Thank you.
That's
and then he
cool.
just walks away.
Yeah.
And it's so sad, bro.
Eat them.
That's so
Genuinely
sad.
eat them. They need to be eaten or something. Pause.
Would you eat? Who would you eat out of Elon, Jeff Bezos.
Am I tripping or do they all look gross?
They all do look
There's
gross.
something like up with them. There's something about them that is off-putting. And
They're-
I know
they're evil.
I know
lizards.
I know everybody's like either conspiracy they're lizards or it's because they're
They're
evil,
robots.
but they all have something like up with them. And I'm not trying to be like mean, but like am I tripping? Like look at Elon and look at Mark Zuckerberg.
I think out of the three of them, Mark
He's
Zuckerberg
bad built.
took the most advice. Do you remember that famous Photoshop
Yeah.
image?
Yeah.
He did you see now he actually
Yeah, it
grew
looks
out his
like that,
hair
yeah.
and he grew out his beard to look like that.
Well, I think
So he's lucky that the internet literally roasted him. They roast Elon and Jeff Bezos all the time, and Mark
But,
Zuckerberg
like-
is the only one who
But
took the
like
advice.
Mark Zuckerberg is the type of person. I mean,
There's a movie
there's
about
a
how
movie
he's-
about him, and
Yeah.
like he did Facebook because a
Yeah.
girl said no to him. Like
Yeah.
he's the type.
There's a
You could-
funny ass tweet.
It's
Go
for
ahead.
sure very telling of who this guy is. So he for sure took that to heart. Like
they all have
when people
like,
photoshopped him,
they all have like dead eyes. Like their eyes are all just like
they're evil.
Yeah,
That's
maybe.
why. They're
maybe greed really
evil.
does corrupt your soul. Cause
You-
good God, they look disgusting to me.
Did you see what's it, Mr. Beast? Is that it? Why did
Yeah.
I forget his name all of a
Jimmy?
sudden? Jamie Beast. Is that his name?
It's not Beast. It's something. The only reason
Mr.
The,
Beast?
the other guy who got canceled.
Yeah,
He got canceled?
He recently what's it called? What did he do? He like cured like people who couldn't walk. He like gave them like
Yeah.
surgery, and then he released his statement saying that it's absolutely disgusting that in the United States, people have to turn to a YouTuber to get this surgery. And it was like kind of spitting, bro. And
Yeah.
I was like, but he also everybody says that he has dead eyes too.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think maybe it's just greed. I think greed really does corrupt your soul. It turns you into like a monster.
Yeah.
Maybe I think if you go too far into any of the 7 deadly sins, something happens to your eyes.
So, bro, this is why conservatism is at an all-time high, because we're talking about how like they look evil and shit.
God created them to look ugly.
Conservatives literally fucking like jerk them off though. Like, oh my God.
I never understood why conservatives were defending health insurance companies when Luigi assassinated the CEO. I mean, when he allegedly assassinated the CEO.
You mean when he defended himself when the CEO when the CEO attacked him?
When he blindsided him
When the CEO attacked him and
viciously, and he defended
he
himself.
defended himself?
But fucking what was they? I don't get why they defended. Like, what is that even like? How's that
I think-
conservatism?
This is gonna go off on a tangent, but it'll tie back.
Okay.
I think that's why people in power want you to be religious, because it makes it easier to control. Because you can play that trump card of like,
Oh, it's
it's wrong to kill. Like it's wrong. Like don't you have a heart?
Because the U.S. has never killed people.
Yeah, but they completely leave out the part where that guy indirectly
Bruh.
killed like probably millions of people.
That reminds me of what I told you about the post
Which
that
one?
some girl retweeted or posted on her story
Oh,
when,
yeah.
when the fires are happening.
What did
this girl who's heavily religious posted this Facebook post onto her story on Instagram, and it said, if you know somebody who got affected by the fire, the first thing you should do is give them a Bible, because it probably burned in their house.
Ew.
No,
That's fucking disgusting.
no.
I hate. Never mind. I
hate like super heavily religious people
Yeah.
who throw it in people's faces.
I think religion makes you easier to control, and I think the oligarchs that are now in power want you uneducated. They want you religious, and they want you poor, because that makes you super easy to control. That makes you just uneducated, so you don't realize they're just using you, and you're poor, which makes you completely reliant on them to live.
It just makes you
I
very
think-
vulnerable.
And I think these billionaires in power should be eaten. Genuinely.
Eat the
I
rich.
told you.
Eat
out
the
of-
rich. Eat the rich, but everybody's taking it back now.
I'm telling you, out of Elon, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, they're nice and seasoned and cooked up. Which one are you taking a bite of first?
Ew.
And they say you have to, or else you're a fucking conservative and you're a fucking pro oligarchy asshole.
Probably Elon because he's a little chunky. So,
Julie,
so he's
Wait,
probably got.
what
he's
are
probably
the
got
options?
flavor.
Jeff Bezos,
Jeff Bezos.
Elon Musk, and Mark Zuckerberg. I personally would go with Mark Zuckerberg. He seems like the one who showers the most.
No. But hear me out.
Nasty.
No. Hear me out.
I already wanted to throw up.
But hear me out. Jeff Bezos, you can't because that guy has Botox up the ass. So he's
Ew.
probably disgustingly
He
rotten.
doesn't have meat in him.
Mark
Damn.
Zuckerberg is too skinny. He probably tastes gamey and nasty.
No.
Elon is chunky like a cow, so he's probably got some marbling in his meat.
But he's biased. He
He
hates
doesn't
Elon.
take care of himself, does he?
No, he's.
I think he's
Like,
like.
he doesn't work out, right?
I think he's rich enough to where he's like, I don't know, just
I don't give a
fucking-
fuck.
Just
I think he's
inject
a
me
busy
with-
guy, and not in a dick riding way. I think he's just a busy guy. So he probably doesn't. He stinks.
Delete
But
that.
it's in
Delete
shower.
that
I gotta
part.
delete that.
What?
Delete that part.
I think he's just busy saving the world.
Why can't we just be real? He just runs a bunch of
not
shit.
Busy. He doesn't do shit.
He's a lazy ass bum.
He's What does he do?
I don't know. He runs.
Stevie, glaze him right now. What does he
Go
do?
ahead, bro. Go ahead.
He runs. What's it called?
Does he
the Star
run it?
Company?
He runs the
Starlink?
shitty.
Does
He
he
runs the
run it?
shitty car company.
He gets down there and he starts soldering. He gets down there and like, let me see these blueprints. You
I
know
mean,
what?
did you hear that conspiracy theory about how all his tweets aren't him?
So?
What do you mean though? Like
What do you guys? You guys are already judging. You guys don't
That's
even know the
still-
context.
but what do you mean? Like it's not him? Like
It's like an employee that he like is playing Elon
So
Musk.
see, he still doesn't do anything.
But it's still like it's still.
But because
is he
he's so
busy?
busy.
he's not busy. I promise you, he's not busy.
I mean, we can still hate him and admit he's a shitty person.
He's a lazy
and
ass
still
bum.
just
That's
say
what he
he's
is.
busy.
The only thing
He's at home eating chips.
The
That's
only
what
thing he's
doing.
busy with is taking advantage of people ruining lives and destroying this country.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mhm.
but he's still busy.
He's not busy. I promise you. He's not busy. Bro, haven't you seen-
I agree.
Haven't
You
you-
think he's a
haven't you-
terrible person. It doesn't mean you can't say he's busy.
He's not busy. He's not busy. I promise you, he's not busy.
No, bro, that's wrong. You're like Bad Bunny right now.
I'm like Bad Bunny right now.
You're flip flopping.
Yeah,
You guys are biased,
he's not busy.
blinded
I
by your
promise.
hatred. But I was gonna bring up. Do you guys see what Lil Kim said about the fires?
Lil Kim, the
Lil
rapper.
The rapper?
No. what's
Did you
that?
see?
Lil Kim.
The
Lil
rapper?
Kim.
This shit has me dying. First off, let me just read the analytics of this. It has 9.6K likes, so not that much. 14 million views. So it makes you think, what did she say?
Yeah.
Clearly didn't bang.
What did?
Well, it did bang, actually. It went viral, but clearly not everybody was pressing like. So she said, she put on her story a little heart, a little praying hands emoji, and she said, been sending strong prayers up for LA and everyone affected by the fires. This is heartbreaking. I pray to Jesus that God makes it monsoon in LA.
Why would she say that? I hope he sends a hurricane over there. My God.
Everyone was like, you had me. Let me read some of these. Ending one natural disaster, another one is crazy. That's not the best answer, maybe.
Why did she
So she missed going into heaven with this one.
why did she pray for more disasters for us?
I think she probably thinks a monsoon is just like a lot of rain.
Yeah, I think she's just a little dumb.
I think she
thought-
probably doesn't
Where
know
is
what a
she
monsoon
from?
is.
Where's she from?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Where are you from, fool?
Look
Where
it
are
up.
you from,
Look it up. Where is she from?
Lil Kim? Damn, let me see.
Lil Kim.
Why? What's the connection between seeing where
I
she's
just want to
from?
know. I
Maybe
just
she-
want to know if she
'cause
she
maybe
was
she's fine.
affected.
Yeah.
If she
Let's
was
see.
affected
She's from
by-
New York. She's
Oh.
from New York City.
She's not even over here.
She's from NYC. She was born and raised in New York City.
Celebrities are dumb as shit, man. Did you see what you saw? What Jamie Lee Curtis said about the fires?
That it's
Yeah, I
that
don't-
it's
I don't
like
even wanna-
Gaza?
Yeah, my God. Why would she say that?
That's so like
Disconnected from reality, yes. Disrespectful, yes. Ignorant, yes.
all of that.
Privileged, yes.
I'm just like,
That's so horrible.
well, obviously, everybody knows that's horrible, right? For her to say that.
Yeah.
Like, why? Why would she say that? Why would that be her first thought?
Someone just replied with the child left behind image to Lil Kim's
What?
tweet.
I don't. Did she not think? Like
I don't know.
did
She's
she-
done that before, though.
I just think when celebrities are disconnected from reality, and I think that because this is happening in their backyard,
What? Where did
they're
that
like, this
happen?
must be what
On
it, what
Jimmy
it feels
Fallon?
like.
No, she was promoting a movie, and she was like, "It feels wrong to promote a movie when."
But
the
what
fire-
show was she on though?
Shit,
She was
I
on
don't
a talk
know.
I don't
show.
think it was a show. I think it was more like a
Q&A.
like a Q&A like interview.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
you
so.
know,
I don't
That's
think
what it looked like.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. I don't
Yeah.
know what movie she's in, but yeah. She did that before though. She did that with Halloween
I was gonna say
Kills, and
I think so.
one of the Halloweens
Mm-hmm.
where she was like,
this movie's a lot like
this movie's a lot like the Black Lives Matter movement. Because in the movie, there's like a mob that goes after
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers,
Yeah.
and she was like, we talk about like mob mentality, like with the Black Lives Matter movement.
Word
And
for
She
word.
says that. You can
Bar
look
for
up the
bar.
video of when she says that.
I'm serious, guys.
It's so
out of nowhere, kind of out of pocket too.
It's
'Cause
out
it
of
was
pocket.
Like, it was like in 2020 too, like 2021. Like
It was not that.
It was like
it was very recent.
yeah, like it sounds out of pocket. If she were to say it now, she said it back when it was like
In the heat of the moment,
Yeah, in the
yeah.
heat of the moment. Yeah, and so
What?
she's kind of has a reputation.
Well, I
for-
also don't even get what the fuck she means.
Yeah, I don't get it either. Because we
I'm-
watched the movie.
Because we watched the movie, and I don't know how it's even close. It just seems like a gigantic reach of her trying to make the movie deep. But
yeah,
it's
yeah,
not.
yeah. Because she was saying that this movie is deep. It's a social commentary on what's
Yeah.
happening in the United States right now.
But it's not deep at all. It's a shitty movie. It's like it's a bad fucking movie. So I don't know.
Yeah, unrelated
I
to that
guess,
interview,
yeah.
it was just a
Yeah.
bad movie.
I guess she's trying to make it like other like horror movies that kind
Yeah.
of pertain to like what's currently going on and the scares, I guess.
What a I don't
that's
know.
so-
Can't get over the monsoon shit.
But it's also but it's also like
You couldn't even say it. You almost started laughing too. You were saying, bro?
it's also like in the context of what she's saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the movie, the mob in that movie like loses. Like they die. And to a degree
And
they're
remember they killed the wrong guy too?
Yeah, and to a degree they're the villains in their own right. So is she saying like the Black Lives Matter movement is like that?
That's what I was thinking.
Which
too.
I'm like, are you in support or against the
Against
Black
it.
Lives Matter? Because it sounds like you're being against it. You know,
But the way she talks about it, it's as if she's for it, which is why it was so weird.
It just sounds like she's a little, which I don't know.
Uneducated
but-
is the nice proper word.
But going back to how she said it's like Gaza out here, my God, bro, whoa, what a mess. I don't know why a lot of these celebrities mouth off like that. Did you see? Remember I talked about him last week. I talked about James Woods, about how his house burned down, and he was on the news like in tears about it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see everybody like quoting how all the nasty stuff he wrote about Gaza?
Yeah.
He was like, never stop no ceasefire, never stop. And everybody.
Karma, bro.
Yeah.
Who
Karma, bro.
is?
Wait,
who is-
speaking
who
of-
is James Woods?
Hades from.
I don't know.
He also came out in Family Guy. He was like James. He
Oh.
played James
Oh,
Woods.
he's just voice actor.
No.
He's
an actor,
That's
too.
just probably what you recognize him.
Oh,
But you've seen
I don't-
Hercules, the movie, right? The Disney one?
But he doesn't look like Hades.
But he's.
No,
But
no.
he.
If you see
He kind
Family
of
Guy,
does. He kind of does look like
He does?
Hades. He kind of does.
I don't
if
know.
you see Family Guy, he plays himself, and he's a reoccurring character as James Woods.
And his shtick is that he's an asshole. In
Yeah.
The movie. He's in
Yeah.
Scary Movie 2. He's the priest in ScaryMovie 2. That
in the beginning,
in the beginning.
I don't know. Who
I-
it
well,
is.
maybe we
actually,
should.
I guess
But
it's good. I
anyways,
guess it's good you don't know him,
anyways,
right?
uh-huh.
At this
What were
point.
you
oh,
guys
I was just gonna say a side note. Speaking of Gaza, they reached a ceasefire
Yeah.
a couple of days ago. It's not like all victories, obviously,
Yesterday?
because it's yesterday from our point of view.
Oh,
Yeah.
But whenever
oh.
this episode comes out,
Yeah.
obviously it's not all victory, and it's really bittersweet. It's good for obviously the current Palestinians that are there. It's sad that it took the lives of so many Palestinians. But it is something that gave a lot of peace to Palestinians that are currently there. Do you see the videos of the kids celebrating?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I hope Netanyahu gets arrested.
he probably
won't.
will.
He won't. He won't.
If celebrities got karma, I hope the big G upstairs gives karma to
they
that
bombed
guy.
Bethlehem, bro. There is no big G upstairs.
Damn.
Is that fucked up?
I don't know if it's fucked
They
up.
killed.
I'm not really.
They destroyed Jesus' home.
They bombed Bethlehem. Bethlehem
Yeah.
is in Gaza.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I wear this, but it's more culturally than.
Yeah.
I'm not really a religious guy.
I don't know. I think I'm a bit worried about the ceasefire. That's
Mhm.
that's what people bring up.
As you should be.
I think people bring up a lot about how if there is anything to credit TikTok for, it raised awareness about what's going on. I mean,
100%.
and I think with it going away, because obviously the government doesn't have your best interests at heart. It does not give a rat's ass about like, oh, it's for your own good. It's not why. it's always some underlying issue. I think it's because they're just racist and they don't want China in the United States. And they also, I do agree that to some aspect, they don't like how much awareness about things can happen and how quickly it can on TikTok. So I'm a bit worried given that, like we're losing that stream, that avenue stream, and the only ones left are now in office. Like Elon owns X and Mark Zuckerberg owns Facebook and Instagram. So to me, I'm just like a bit worried in the sense of like, well, how much of this are we going to see or hear from now? Because obviously they're going to censor it. And now TikTok is going to probably leave. So I guess for me, I'm just like, are they just going to violate that?
It's so hypocritical too, bro. Because like, I bet you if it was like a conservative app, like what was that? That conservative Twitter app, the
Twitter?
X. No, we thought we're on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
Fucking no.
The one when Trump got banned from Twitter.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's called like freedom speech or some shit. If it was freedom speech or even X/Twitter being deleted, there'd be like a whole uproar. I thought this was America. I thought this was freedom. I thought we could do whatever we want.
Yeah.
You know, like, but yet like TikTok is being banned, and it's like, oh yeah, it's against our foundation.
Well, I guess
Americans.
on that note, right, we should probably talk about the TikTok.
Yeah, of course. I was gonna talk about that. This is all in a way to allude to it.
At the time we're recording this, TikTok is scheduled to be banned on Sunday.
Mm-hmm. So by the time this comes out,
who knows if it'll be saved or if it'll be banned? But
I'm holding out hope.
Yeah.
Because so many of you guys, literally, if it wasn't for TikTok, we wouldn't have this.
Is it true? Is it true that they're extending it, or is that
it's just a proposal? It's a proposal. It's not at the current moment. It's still scheduled to be banned on Sunday. And TikTok announced that they will cease operations in the United States.
Yeah.
So they're gonna stop.
Yeah, even if it's on your phone installed, it's gonna stop working.
Yeah. I think for the time being, you can like see like stuff that you have saved, but it's not gonna update. And I think I saw that it updates like twice a week at least. So pretty soon it'll just stop. It'll be so buggy. There'll also be nothing for you to access, so there won't be new videos and stuff.
Yeah.
I started looking at my saved stuff, like reminiscing. I started looking at our own page.
I started downloading
all those recipes I never got to make. I was never gonna make them either.
All those sounds I never used for my own TikTok. I can never say that I was TikTok famous. Wait, actually, our podcast, I guess.
Yeah,
we all trended once at least.
Yeah, true. Cool. No, I was looking. Literally, last morning I was watching it with my girl. I was just showing her because it's gonna be good.
Everything we built.
Yeah.
Bro, if it wasn't for TikTok, we wouldn't have this. Genuinely, Instagram Reels didn't do bullshit.
Yeah.
Instagram Reels didn't build this. TikTok. All you guys probably came from fucking TikTok.
They're not going to see this, bro. Damn.
Oh, yeah. Damn.
Who, TikTok is not going to see
TikTok. Yeah, if it's gone by Sunday, I won't be able to make Reels by that time.
Yeah, it'll be gone.
Just for Instagram?
Just Instagram and Shorts, YouTube
We
Shorts.
never hit 100K.
I guess we'll just be YouTubers now.
Yeah.
We were so close. We had 93K. We were only 7K away from 100K.
Yeah, it's okay.
And then I could have grown my ego twice the size.
Bigger and better things.
I would have been like 100K on TikTok.
Yeah. But did you see people are mass migrating to a Chinese app,
Rednote?
ironically,
Rednote,
or in Chinese, Xiaohongshu.
I heard it's very wholesome.
They said it's
Instagram.
Is it Rednote or Redbook?
I think the direct translation is Little Red Book, I believe.
Oh, really?
But I think that's the direct translation. But in American, because you know how not all things need to be directly translated, it's Rednote here.
Have you been seeing though that people are saying that it's actually affecting people though, like as in like because I guess there's a lot of content that now Americans are posting on there that isn't allowed to be posted in like China.
Yeah. Well,
so
I know that you can't really post political stuff there. But I mean, there's a bunch of shit you can't post here either.
True.
Right,
yeah, it's true. It's true. It's just for us because it's a culture.
I think it's just that I think it's pretty much the same as here. It's just different cultures care or
taboo
different things, you know?
Yeah.
So stuff that we can't do here, they're probably like, that's weird. Just like stuff that they can't do there, we're probably like, what?
Yeah, because
people three things.
Because there's a girl I was watching, I think yesterday. there's a girl I think that lives here.
Yeah.
But she's Chinese, and she was on Rednote, and she said that she used it to connect, so she could be able to connect to her culture through it. But I guess now that since everybody's going into that, like the Americans are going to that app, that it's now restricting what you can see from, like, I guess China to like here.
Yeah.
And she was like crying about it. She's like, you guys are taking away like me being able to like connect to my culture. And
the way you said it, she's like crying about it.
No, she's crying. Like,
I know, but the way
in the
you
video,
said
she's
it,
like
I know,
crying.
I know.
Well, I guess it's tough, you know.
Well, I mean, like nothing's perfect.
Well, no, I mean, I get as a Chinese man myself, you know, I understand what she's going through, you know, like wanting to reconnect. I do, however, will say that the brief moments that I have seen of American people and Chinese people connecting, I really love to see, because I know, and even myself have succumbed to a lot of anti-Chinese propaganda of like, they're communist. It's the Communist Chinese Party. Singaporeans are just Chinese. You know, there's a lot of racist propaganda here about them that I think a lot of people believe. And like I said, I wasn't immune. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that I'm like, really? Like that happens over there? Because that's, you know, and they're literally banning an app from there. Like the whole premise of TikTok being banned is because China's dangerous, bad, blah, 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 blah. So I think people of both countries interacting with each other and having like a humanization moment of there's nothing different. Like outside of obviously cultural, you know, there's not bad people. Like obviously, and I think that's good. Like I really like to see that. It sucks because I know what you're talking about. I've seen that obviously Rednote has been trying to, I mean, they're a company, right? They're trying to keep up. So I saw they're trying to translate like everything to English. And I also saw that they're favoring more American IP, like stuff that's coming from American. They're favoring more of that content. So, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Well, because America, bro. Big media, like, you know, everything.
You got monies?
Well, no, it's just more like.
Big media people.
No, it's just more like our culture influences the world a lot. Like, you know, so
True.
I think they're favoring that right now.
True. Yeah. I mean, are you guys excited? Are you guys going to make the transition or do Rednote? I would remember I was thinking, I saw one that's cool. They played the Titanic theme, and it's like, I'll be honest with y'all. I'm not jumping to Instagram reels, and I'm not jumping nowhere. I'm going down with the ship. And it's like, it plays the Titanic song. Dun, dun. You know the song where they're like, it was a pleasure playing with you.
I'll wait to see. I just want to see what happens genuinely. Like I want to see it.
I've been seeing so many things where people are going to Rednote. People are going to, I think there's another one called like Lemonade.
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
And then there's
that one American or is
no?
That one?
I think people there's like a misunderstanding with that one. Lemonade is part of TikTok. They're like the same company.
Oh, so it's gonna get banned too?
Yeah, like that company, because I think CapCut is part of that too, the editing app. I think that like company.
Oh, I get you.
I think that
even
like,
CapCut.
I think so.
I'm pretty sure CapCut is like directly like related to TikTok.
So because TikTok is powered by Lemonade.
Yeah.
So I think that whole thing is gone. I wouldn't be surprised if Instagram Reels becomes its own thing, or like something like that, or Meta comes out with their own like TikTok ripoff that comes out. And I know a lot of people are, I hope they boycott, but I think over time people are going to get on it, you know?
I think Instagram Reels is full of negativity, and I hate it. I think that Instagram Reels, everybody's miserable on there. And I think that's what I'll miss the most about TikTok, is that TikTok, everybody's always positive, everyone's always cool. But on Instagram Reels, everybody's so fucking negative and mean.
I think once TikTok leaves, I'll probably delete X too.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna delete my account.
Yeah.
It's not fun anymore. Honestly, really? I go on Twitter now. I'm still gonna call it Twitter.
Yeah.
I go on Twitter and like it's cool. And I remember for a good while I always said I would never leave Twitter. But I think now it's like all the things that I just see on there just don't like it doesn't interest me anymore. Like I click on it and I just click on it just to click on it, and I'll scroll on it and like some things will be funny, but then I'll like I don't know, there's something where it makes me feel very like fatigued.
I get you.
And so I was like thinking about it, and I'm like, I think once TikTok leaves, I think I'll finally delete Twitter. And
I saw a good argument as to why you wouldn't want to leave Twitter. And I think that's where I like ally with more. It's because people were saying that, yeah, it's like digital colonialism where we were here first and then Elon Musk came. Like, why are we the ones who should leave instead of him? And then the second one was that obviously because Elon Musk is more conservative and Republican, those are the voices that obviously are going to want to stay. And if all the ones who are liberal, left leaning leave, then it's just going to be one of the biggest platforms in the world is going to be mainly just conservatives and nobody to keep people in check. I'm just saying this isn't me trying to be like, don't leave.
Yeah.
I'm just saying this is the reason why I wouldn't leave.
They can argue with themselves and they can have the platform.
The thing is, they won't argue with nobody.
I'm just like, I don't really want to support Elon Musk anymore.
I think they will argue with themselves. I feel like they do all the time. There's that big thing about how Elon had a different stance on immigration than Trump and his team did. That he had a way bigger stance on it. I think they'll argue.
I just feel like I personally just don't want anything associated to Elon Musk anymore. So I think I'm finally just like over it. And so I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like those were, because I remember Twitter used to be like my source of like finding stuff. And like, I still like see things here and there. Like I would bookmark a lot of stuff and then I still bookmark them, but I never go back to them anymore. Like I'm just like, they're just there. They just float in there. I don't really like tweet anymore. Like I don't think anybody has really used it since COVID as much. So I feel like I have no use for it anymore. And I think especially now that it's attached to Elon Musk and like having to see his tweets and like see like other shit that I'm kind of like, I don't like it anymore. Like it doesn't really appeal to me anymore. So I'm just like, I think for me personally, I think I'm finally like, once TikTok leaves, I think I'm going to delete that. And then, I don't know, touch grass or something.
Well, that's why
that Lil Kim tweet was what kept me for the next year.
That's why I left too, is I feel like it's just like it literally is. It's just a propaganda machine at this point. You know, it's just propaganda.
Not if you're woke.
And I feel like I don't want to participate in like a propaganda machine. You know, I wish I could leave Instagram, and I know people like you can, but I technically kind of work there. You know, we work there. You know, and it sucks because like to me it's just like a propaganda machine at this point. I hate that guy so much. Like I hate how much he tweets. He punches,
hate the way he walks.
He punches down on our people. Like the negative things he talks about immigration and the things he says about DEI and women and all these things, that it's all it is just a negative, disgusting propaganda machine. All the stuff he said about the trans community and the LGBT community, I just feel so icky like being on there and supporting that, you know, like and I feel like ultimately he's an evil businessman. He's an evil businessman, and Twitter is a company and a business, and I feel like that's at this point the only leverage we have on people, because every time people leave or withhold money, they start to panic, because that's part of the reason why Zuckerberg wanted TikTok gone, bro. That was the competition, and it was winning for a good minute. And in my opinion, if it had stayed, it probably would have won. I think eventually over time, Instagram and all those would have become relatively obsolete, because I think TikTok had just a better algorithm. Like it was better at pumping out smaller creators. Like you said, it's so negative, and at this point it kind of feels more like a resume. Like, you know, like Instagram's so polished, it feels like a resume. It feels like
that's what people say. That's where the negativity comes from, is because people on Instagram are very more like serious, very much more like trying to be clean. And
I saw people say that Instagram is a legacy app, in the sense that it's been around for such a long time that generally speaking, everybody on Instagram is kind of older, in the sense, like the bigger users are older, and they're not gonna bother learning a new app like TikTok. So generally, older people, like, you know, are fucking mean, and are just.
That's what I wonder about Rednote too. I wonder if it is like gonna take off, or is it just cope from people wanting like some form of alternative app.
I saw it's the #1 app on the App Store right now.
For sure.
It gained like what is it? Like 1 million? It's maybe I don't know. I don't know.
But I think a lot of apps have come and gone.
Yeah,
maybe over the years. Like what was that? Photo HHHOTO. That's the one I always like to remember because I thought that one was gonna take off, and I was like, I don't want to go there, and then it didn't. It flopped.
Yeah, I don't know. I hate Twitter.
I know there's been like lapse.
Oh, time lapse.
Yeah, time lapse.
Oh, and Be Real.
Oh yeah,
Be Real. Be Real was cute. I thought that one should have lasted.
I think Be Real was just too similar to
Snapchat,
kind of. You know.
Do people still use Snapchat?
I still have Snapchat.
I have Snapchat for the memories.
Yeah, same.
Oh yeah, I saved all mine because
every once in a while I'll like
post
a story on there. I'll be like, oh, I just want to post this,
really?
Just for like the small friend group
that
I have on there.
I wonder if I posted. I wonder if anybody even still uses it.
I'm surprised it's still around. I thought it would have gone out of business. You know.
I guess because a lot of there's still a lot of influencers who use Snapchat. Like they use stories, and a lot of them, like I know what's her name? I forgot, but the girl who like was on Disney and then she became really big. She's like blonde, blonde hair. She's white. She's a content creator, but she's always talking about like controversial stuff sometimes. But she says that she posts like basically like her whole life on Snapchat.
Mm-hmm.
Really? I've heard that Snapchat pays their content creators
really well.
Bank, per story. Makes like sense. A few thousand per story.
Yeah. Snapchat's 2014, 2015 run unmatched. I don't think might be one of the greatest.
It's fun
peaks.
when you're a kid. Have you heard that thing? It's like if you're a grown man and you have Snapchat, it's a red flag.
You guys remember Kick?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I still have screenshots of our Kick conversations.
Kick was funny.
We were like little kids.
I just remember in general, like people
Kick
being
was cool.
I just remember in general people being like, "Bro, why are you texting me? Like, text me on Kick." Like, and in retrospect, I'm like, "Why?" Like, I don't know. I just think
it did. I remember the format was cooler than texting. I remember that.
Kick. I miss Kick.
I remember it even had like its own unique like vibration, and I was like, "Ooh, that's a Kick message." I know that. I know for a fact that's on Kick.
Let me get that snap.
He's like, bro, ask her for her Kick.
You got her Kick?
You got her Kick?
I don't know. I feel like there was something sort of appealing about Snapchat where I think I liked when it would tell you like they were typing or like it would tell you that they saw it. I think I really liked all those aspects of it, and then it's just like you posting a story.
You can't screenshot.
Like you don't post anything. Like you don't make a whole like file of yourself. Like it's just you and your story for just 24 hours, and that's it.
But do you remember? And this is true. This is a fact. The reason it fell off was because of Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, because he did an Instagram story.
Yeah, but the reason that even happened was because Mark Zuckerberg tried to buy Snapchat, and Snapchat said no. Yeah. And literally, like the next week,
he's a petty ass bitch.
The next week, it is. I wish I could have found it. I thought I had liked it, but someone had tweeted something that was like, fuck Mark Zuckerberg. He should have been kicked out when Andrew Garfield's suit was at it was at the cleaners. It was so fucking good. It had like 500,000 likes. I was like, this is such a good reference.
Fucking you know what else I think killed Snapchat is all the weirdos that were on it. I feel like Snapchat became kind of like
it became like a cheating app. Like if you have Snapchat, you're like a cheater.
I think it also became like a pedo app. I wouldn't say pedo app, but I would say that a lot of people. That fucking guy, what's his name? The comedian? Who? It's Chris something. He was supposed to be in that Zack Snyder movie, and they digitally edited him out because he was snapping like young girls.
Who? Yeah, I have no idea.
You've seen him. I don't know his name, but it's like if I showed you, you'd be like, oh, that guy? Yeah.
Probably.
I guess it's good you don't know him, right?
Yeah, I guess that's good.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I don't lie with the
We should bring back
predators.
Snapchat.
Bring back Snapchat?
Yeah.
Snapchat Reels?
Do you still have... Okay, for the final segments of this week's episode, we have a pink pill, and we still have a word of the week. What is our word of the week?
What was it?
It was aspartame.
Aspartame.
What?
Aspartame.
What did you just call me?
Aspirin?
What did you just call me?
Aspartame.
What is it? Aspartame?
Aspartame.
What does it mean?
Yeah, what does it mean, brother?
It doesn't mean anything. It's a
what? It's not a word?
I explained it to you guys. You guys are like, that should be the word of the week.
I did not explain it to me, huh?
Yeah, because you guys were drinking a disgusting energy drink, and you were like,
not this one, not my baby right here.
And you guys are like, it doesn't have any sugar, and I was like, oh, so it probably has aspartame.
Is that really where it came from?
Yes. Aspartame is a sweetener. It's a sugar-free sweetener. It's in like Diet Coke.
It's a word.
It's in like
It's a
Diet Coke.
word.
Yeah, it's a word. But like the way he was asking is like, what does it mean? Like it doesn't mean like it's a thing. You know?
Okay,
That
but
counts,
then
that
that counts. What is
Yeah.
it?
It's a
So
it's like a
sugar-
sweetener. It's a sweetener.
Okay.
It's
I need the official
And they
definition.
added in what? In
They added
like,
in like diet sodas a lot or like diet foods where
Okay.
that they don't have sugar, they're calorie free. There's a lot of propaganda. People say that it causes cancer, but in general, people say it's soda sugar and it's way safer.
Holy shit. Okay.
Wow.
I think Robert F. Kennedy wants to ban it. So
Oh.
say goodbye to your Diet
So,
Coke.
so appreciate it while you have it now. If you're listening to this, go buy a Diet Coke right now. Okay, so this is the official definition. Aspartame is a low-calorie artificial sweetener that's about 200 times sweeter than sugar. It's made from aspartic acid and phenyl. Damn, that's a big-ass word. Phenylalanine?
Phenylalanine.
Phenylalanine? Yeah, that word. Amino acids found in milk, meats, and some vegetables.
Yeah. So it's a sweetener.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is
Okay.
it harmful for the body? Let's answer the question. The FDA has stated scientific evidence has continued to support the FDA's conclusion that aspartame is safe for the general population when made under good manufacturing practices and used under the approved conditions of use.
Did you hear they banned Red 40? Is it Red 40 or is it Red? There's a different one. There's a couple. There's like Red 3 and Red 40.
I don't know.
The biggest tragedy in the
Is that the one in the hot Cheetos?
Yeah.
No.
the biggest tragedy in the Latino community
You
just
haven't.
happened.
They have until 2027 to get rid of it. So you got
okay.
time.
I'll
They-
eat all of my hot Cheetos.
Not you actually crying. Your eyes are like watering.
You said the ones in Mexico taste funny, right?
They taste different, but I don't know if it's because they're also made differently.
I think it's banned in Mexico. So
I'm gonna look
I
up.
remember. Okay, so I remember I used to like them, the ones in Mexico. Like I used to
Yeah.
like them because they were made differently. But then there was an incident where I ate a whole bag, like a whole big bag of them,
yeah.
and it made me throw up.
Damn.
So I can't eat them anymore. So like every time I eat them, they taste like that time when I got sick of them.
Damn.
So then
Damn.
I can't eat them at all. Like I'll have them, and it triggers me, and I'm
Damn.
like, no, like I can't have them anymore. But they did taste differently. But I thought it was because they were cooked differently.
Yeah.
I've heard that things over there are cooked differently than the way we cook them here.
Yeah.
Like even the soda tastes different.
Well, because I don't think they're
'Cause
allowed
it's
to
like-
use high fructose corn
Yeah,
syrup.
because it has like cane sugar and all that.
Yeah.
So that's what I assume, but I didn't know that it was banned.
I
there,
heard that's getting banned here too. High fructose syrup.
Oh, Robert Kennedy. I think he wants to. Yeah.
They made him eat McDonald's though. Like,
No, it says I looked up. Red 40 is not currently banned in Mexico. So if you want to get your regular hot Cheetos, you gotta
have to
get
go to
down
Mexico?
south.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But Red 40 is banned.
Damn.
I guess that's good. I heard it's really horrible for you.
Yeah. What is it? It's in everything. No, it's
It's
in
in
like
a-
Gatorade. It's in like Skittles.
Anything that's like pink or red, it's pretty much in.
Beer is bad for you,
Uh-huh.
and we drink it.
I don't drink it. You drink it.
Damn. Calling you out, bro.
Look at Mr.
You can't even think
I
of
don't do
anything.
anything wrong.
I didn't need to, bro. She got you.
I don't do anything wrong. I don't do anything wrong.
Mr. Good Boy.
Yep.
Mr. High Pedestal on his.
Yeah.
Does it ever get cold up there? Does it ever rain
No.
on that high pedestal you
Yeah,
put
it
yourself
does.
on? Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How's the weather up there? It's raining,
Raining.
and he spits on me. You see,
Damn.
he sees me as something less because he puts himself on a high pedestal.
That's true.
That's
true.
crazy. That's crazy, Brendan.
I know, Brandon. Come
You're
on.
saying it wrong. It's get off your soapbox. Anyways,
What? I've never heard of that.
Soapbox word. Tune in next week to.
that's not a word though. That's a phrase.
What is it? Soapbox.
It's like standing on your soapbox.
Like standing on a
It's
box.
a phrase. It's not a word.
Tell me what it means.
It means like it's like what you're saying. Like get off your high horse. It's like now get off my soapbox.
That's what I was
Like
looking
he's
for. Get off
standing-
your high horse, bro.
Yeah.
Like if you guys were standing He stands on a
On a
box.
soap. Oh.
Yeah.
Why don't you say like beer box? Oh, is it because you're too good?
Beer box?
Yeah, beer case.
Oh,
Because
beer
he's
box?
too good.
They're all.
You
'cause
would
they're-
never have one laying around.
I'm assuming because this probably showed up in like the 50s, so soap boxes were probably like crates. A beer box? Could you stand on cardboard like that?
I did, and I ate shit when I was a little kid. It was actually Coca-Cola, and I remember I ate shit.
Beer box?
I ate shit hard. I remember I was bleeding and everything.
Yeah. Anyways,
Julie Pink Pill, or,
you know,
or did you say it?
but you know what we skipped over? Did you guys see that lady
Oh, yeah.
who got fooled by an AI Brad Pitt?
Yeah.
Have you
stupid.
guys seen the pictures of them?
Yeah.
They
yeah.
look
horrible.
hilarious.
They look photoshopped and fake.
What a dummy!
It goes
What
to
a
show
dummy.
you, because she was a millionaire, right?
She sent how much money?
830,000.
And she was married.
She divorced the
She
guy
divorced
because
'cause
she
she
wanted to
thought-
be
'cause
with
she-
Brad Pitt. You know, the only reason she discovered it was she saw Brad Pitt like on like a
At a party.
at like a
or,
paparazzi with some
uh-huh.
chick, and she was like, "What? I thought we were together." And then
Bruh.
she found out that he was actually
Not
she was
really.
actually being scammed.
Mhm.
Bro, the pictures are hilarious to me. His head is like too big.
Yeah, he's
And-
at he's
but
at
he,
the
and
hospital.
He
bed.
also has his hair all combed, and he's like, they're
I
like
see.
glamorous shots.
The one that was funny is I think it's Brad Pitt and he's holding.
Oh,
a
yeah.
I
sign.
love you, Amanda. But he's, oh my god, who the fuck would fall for that?
I just like, it goes to show you that like it doesn't matter how much money you are, you could still be stupid.
How do you? I mean, I've seen AI that fool you, but that was just
Yeah.
that's not good AI. I don't even think that was AI. It looked like just Photoshop.
Yeah, it just looked like Photoshop, honestly.
It looked like that guy did it on his phone.
I know it did not look like AI.
Yeah, I don't
AI
know.
would have done a better job.
Oh my god, I love you, Amanda.
But
Oh.
880,000.
830.
Someone quoted him and was like, "I know he was having the thrill of his life
I
when he
know.
was getting."
Bro, can you imagine what he was telling his friends too? He was like, "Bro, this fucking dumbass thinks I'm Brad Pitt." Like, oh my god.
That's illegal, right?
Yeah, you can't do that.
Damn.
But I don't know. Did they catch Brad Pitt?
I wonder if they catch the person.
I wonder what he looks like. I really do. I wonder what he looks
Would you
like.
scram? I'd be like, I would have been taking, if I had that much money already, I would have been taking precautions. I would have
Yeah.
gotten a VPN and all that shit.
No, yeah, I would have gone. He probably dipped. She was a
I hope
millionaire.
so.
She divorced. I wonder what her husband thinks. Do you think he believed?
He's like, I married the dumbest person on the
Do you
planet.
think he believed? Do you think he was like, damn, she really left me for Brad Pitt? Or do you think he was like, are you stupid? Like, that's not Brad Pitt.
Maybe.
Maybe
I
because
think he
they're
probably
famous.
told her.
I
He
get-
probably told her.
I guess he got done a favor, right?
Yeah.
I guess, right?
I see.
What do they say? Dodge the bullet.
Yeah.
What they say? What happens in the dark will find a place to shine.
I also think it's hilarious that the guy used fucking like paparazzi pictures or like red walk.
It is
Never-
funny because every picture Brad Pitt's like,
I know. they never used like there's movies where Brad Pitt plays like disheveled, right? Or like they could have used like a scene where he's like
It's
sick or
just,
something.
it's funny.
But he's
where
always like
he's always doing the Michael B. Jordan.
yeah, he's always just like
it's
like
funny.
that.
It's funny because she said that she sent him money because he was getting surgery. You know.
Yeah, she said
It's
he was
funny
sick.
seeing the picture of him in the hospital bed.
I know, because I'm telling you, because he's like all handsome and
But
shit.
he's all wired up and everything. So, but he's still like
Smiling.
he's smiling.
Like a professional
And
ass
perfect.
picture.
That's fucking funny, bro. I can't believe she fell for that. Why would you think that?
It makes I'm sure all of us less richer feel better about our own
Yeah, for
selves.
sure. The age of disinformation, bro. We're laughing now, but
When
fuck.
they get us.
Watch that shit get really good, bro. Watch that shit get really good.
There's
Also,
times
go ahead.
at the shop when I'm working with my dad where we get a phone call and I get answered and I'm 100% certain it's like an AI voice.
Yeah.
And it almost like I almost think it's a real person, but there's like these small little errors in the way it speaks where I'm like, no.
What are they asking?
They're like, do you know? We work at Google, and we've seen that your hours aren't updated for your business, and that's true. It is a business,
Yeah.
and sometimes my dad is an older guy, so
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, maybe we would just like to know if you need any help. And then I'm like, no, I'm okay right now. Oh, is there an owner that and then I just hang up.
I get you.
But it's like clearly a fake voice.
I get you.
It's clearly just like a fake voice.
I feel like whenever I answer and I hear like, "Oh, we're calling from whatever," I just
Yeah.
Because to me, it's like they wouldn't fucking call.
Oh yeah,
me.
it's also like they're obviously going after older people because it's like a landline. My dad
Yeah.
also isn't stupid. He wouldn't fall for
I
them.
also never really answer the phone unless it's a contact or like I'm expecting.
That's like our generation's thing, though.
Unless I'm expecting a call.
Have
like,
you seen that prank call that somebody did on their mom where it's like collect call from county of jail for Jennifer,
and she's like, "I killed
Oh, yeah.
somebody."
Have you seen it? He's like, Mama, what's up, baby? I killed somebody. No, and the mom, yeah, I felt so bad for the mom.
Yeah, I felt bad. She's like, "Not my baby."
Yeah, she's like, I mean,
That's
valid
Crash out.
That's fucked
But the
up.
girl lady's like, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
That's
shit,
fucked
that's
up.
funny, bro.
The comments are having me dying too because they were like, she screamed that loud because her baby just confessed to it on the phone.
I know. She fell to her knees. That's crazy. That's
She
crazy.
literally fell to her knees. Holy fuck! I would feel so bad instantly.
Also though, Brad Pitt's a millionaire. Why would he fucking need money for surgery? I love you, Anna.
He said, but it's because I think he said that he lost a lot of money through the divorce.
Oh,
That he didn't have money anymore.
Oh, that Angelina took everything, so he
Mhm.
was like, "Please."
She's
That's-
so stupid.
Oh my god!
The
bro.
husband must have been dancing on her grave.
Embarrassing, bro. How do you fall for that? But she's 53, I think. But it's not that old.
Damn. Okay,
That's-
she's not that old.
That's not that old.
That's a grown ass
That's
woman.
not- if she was like 80, maybe.
Yeah, I was
You
gonna
know,
say.
I'd be like, come on,
I
man.
mean, oh, that's fucked up.
50
man.
though? Come on, bro. Come on. How do you get fooled by that?
That's crazy.
Insane. Imagine she was like 30.
What is it? People believe
What they want to believe.
what they want to believe.
She was probably like, finally.
I always knew I
always
was
knew I could pull
worthy.
Brad
of-
Pitt.
Yeah, literally.
All right.
All right, Julie.
What's the pink pill of the week?
Lead us to the end zone.
All right. So the pink pill for this week is, do you guys know why women's restrooms lines are always so long at events and like outside venues?
No.
Well, because I assume. Why? Because can I put in a guess or just?
Do you want us to
Yeah,
guess?
you guys can answer.
I always assumed it's because they don't have urinals
Mhm.
and they have to like sit down and like,
Mhm.
take off their pants
I
and stuff,
agree. Yeah.
which I think takes a little bit more time.
I also
Like,
think.
you know,
yeah.
I could just and then go.
Yeah. I also
You
think dudes are dirtier,
So they don't wash their hands.
Yeah, and they don't really like fix themselves up.
Also, you don't really have to flush urinals.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
You don't flush the urinal?
you don't have to.
It
some
has
of
a
them.
handle on them.
yeah.
Well, most of them have the like
Oh,
sensor,
yeah.
or I don't know if they stopped making these. I guess you have you ever pissed in a urinal that's just like a pit?
yeah,
Where it's
yeah,
like
yeah,
the-
yeah.
Remember our school used to
Yeah,
have
our
that?
school used to have that. Yeah, yeah.
You-
No, there's like a couple. Those are so gross. You're
You're
basically
asking
pissing on a
me?
wall.
You've never seen that, huh?
No.
Sometimes they have just pits.
At like dive bars, sometimes they have that.
You know what urinal I hate the fucking most?
Which
the one
one?
at Dodger Stadium.
Why?
Cause it's like it's metal, like it just bounces all back to you.
Ew.
It's
It
like-
depends on which one. There's some of them that are nice.
It's one of them's just a metal tray. I hate that. It's like a trough.
I do hate. There are some urinals where like that the ricochet is insane.
Yeah.
The ricochet is insane.
Yeah.
And I also
Wow.
think on average, is this controversial to say? I think on average, women are more hygienic than men in the sense of like they'll fix themselves up and like they'll like
yeah.
reapply like their makeup and like their lipstick, while dudes are just
Also,
like
I assume the cleanup after peeing is different, right? Women have to wipe, whereas men just
Technically-
shake and go.
technically men have to wipe too, technically. But
Well, I
it's
mean,
not like-
But there's
you-
no toilet paper
there's no
next to
toilet
your
paper.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
just
yeah,
shake
yeah.
and go. You
because
know?
they're just like no one's gonna do that.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
But anyways, why do they actually? Because I'm
Yeah,
sure that's
yeah.
extremely wrong.
I mean, you guys were correct in some
Oh.
points of the way that it's built.
Yeah.
So basically, you know, the way that restrooms are built, they're built in the same space, in the same measurements.
Yeah, because
so,
they're mirrors,
Yeah.
right?
So basically, they're the same thing, but it's like you say we have the same equal stalls, right? But you
Yeah.
guys have additional stuff, like you guys have additional like urinals and stuff. So it takes there's just a lot more space for you guys, and there's not a lot of space for us. So say that
Yeah.
there's 4
Mhm.
in each. There's 4, but you guys have like an additional place to go to the restroom with like 4 more urinals or something. So it is the way that is made. There's bathroom inequity because of the way that it's built. They're all built the same. So you can imagine how yours looks. Ours is the same, but it just is smaller because there's a lot more of us in there. And especially, women have very small bladders, so they tend to go to the restroom a lot more. Women also have their periods, so they also tend to go to the restroom a lot more. And they also need them for children because they need to change their diapers or anything else. So that's why there's always usually a line in the restroom for women, because we have a compared to you guys, we technically have a smaller space. I mean, it's the same size.
No,
but
I get what
we
you
just
mean.
have a
Yeah.
small space within there. Which, I mean, that's the reason that there's a lot of the lines that you see at different venues and places, public restrooms. But did you guys know about this thing called urinary leash?
No.
Mm-mm.
So I think I'm saying it right. Urinary leash. So it's a term that describes the restriction on women's movement due to a lack of public toilets. The lack of public toilets for women was intended and meant to control their movements. So what it's saying is that the reason that there wasn't restrooms out in the public, it was because they didn't want women to leave the house. It was very much intended that women needed to stay home, and they were going to stay home. And so for people to prevent them from like going out, they didn't build restrooms for them. So that way, like if they wanted to go out, they would still keep in mind that like, oh shit, like if I need to go to the restroom, I can't like go to a certain place. This was very prevalent in the Victorian Britain. And so women were forced to stay close to home and were disadvantaged in their ability to find work, go shopping, or go anywhere in public spaces. Women had to plan their routes to include places where they could relieve themselves. Women coped with the lack of toilets by drinking less water, holding in urine, and spending less time in public spaces.
Wow.
So it generally was intended for like.
So it's kind of like I don't know if this is the proper term. It's kind of like hostile architecture.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that? Where it's like
Is it like the when they put the little spikes on the bench for
to prevent homeless people from sleeping there, or
Yeah.
they'll put dividers so that a homeless person can't
Can't lay
sleep
down.
there, you know?
Or they put like where there's like a plain surface, they put stuff so that skateboarders don't go there.
It's called hostile architecture. So I assume it's kind of the same thing where it's like make the public space as uncomfortable as possible for women so they don't show up. Damn, that sucks.
Yep. Yeah, the urinary leash limited women's access to public spaces and disadvantaged them in their ability to find work. The lack of toilets was used as an excuse to reject women in job applications. This affected poor lower class women more than middle and upper class women. And then with the changes that happened throughout this was that during the suffrage movement in the late 1800s, it helped make public restrooms use more acceptable for women. And then the popularity of department stores and shopping centers and cafes helped make public toilets used for women more acceptable, and it was basically like department stores basically started making the women's restrooms because they were like, oh, to get more people to come here and shop, we would have to get women to come in here too. So then they were like, we're gonna make women restrooms so that they can come and shop more.
Damn.
How do we fix this when it comes to like areas with? Does that mean just bigger bathrooms for women?
Yeah, I think it for sure means like bigger restrooms, and I think a lot of people were saying that because of men don't really think about it. They don't think about women have small bladders. They need to use the restroom because they have their periods. They need additional space for when they need to change their kids. That a lot of when people are building these spaces, they don't put that into account that. It's different. They just more think like, oh, people are just gonna go in and out kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
is what's the rate of women in? Is it architecture?
What's the what?
Or is it architecture that deals with like building? I'm assuming
Either
right?
that or engineering.
Architecture and engineering. That's probably why we need more women in those spaces. Because as a man, I didn't even think of that.
STEM, bro.
Women in STEM, bro.
That's crazy. We
need to
need bigger
keep praising.
bathrooms for. You know what I've always thought? My theory about this was I always felt like they should have a pissing and shitting room. But I mean, for everybody. Like, I feel like I always felt like it should be divided by like you either gotta piss, you gotta shit. I always thought,
bro,
like,
there's actually and this is cool because if you guys are from LA, some of you guys might have been there, and this is a bar in Little Tokyo called Truly, and in Truly, that's how they have the bathroom. Hujuli, it's one big bathroom. On the left is the urinals, on the right is the toilets. Both
That's
genders.
oh really?
Yeah, both genders.
Wow.
Literally what you're thinking of. Literally just one. If you want to go just piss, go left. If you want to use the restroom,
I
go
assume the reason they don't like label it like the pissing and shitting room is I think it's like an embarrassing thing. You know,
Yeah.
people are like, oh, he's going in the shitter.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a little awkward. How do you feel about that bathroom? I as a dude, I feel a little awkward because like I obviously like I don't want to invade on like a little privacy. Even though obviously there's the
Yeah.
toilets are covered, like they have
Yeah.
doors. I'm just like head down, eyes down, washing my hands. I'm out of there.
Are the sinks in?
They're on the
same
toilet side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're on the toilet side.
I don't think I probably have seen one dude, and I didn't mind it.
Mm.
Yeah, I didn't
Mhm.
really like think about it that much either. Like
Mhm.
I'm generally just like I need to go to the restroom. I'm gonna go to the
Mhm.
restroom. I'm gonna wash my hands,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm out.
I remember one time I was in there, I was washing my hands, and then on the right of me were these two girls who were just fixing themselves up. And then a guy came in and he was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And he like ran out of there. And then he came back in and he's like, I didn't know that this is like the one big restroom for like everybody. I'm so sorry. And then he literally was like covering his eyes and then he went into one of the stalls.
Aw.
But I get it. That restroom does take you by surprise because I
Well-
think if you're a dude, you think it's just like a dude restroom.
Well, you would be. I guess it's weird because it's like, I guess you wouldn't like in a vacuum. You wouldn't expect that to be a huge societal issue. But I
Mhm.
think the whole bathrooms thing, since
Yeah.
we were in high school,
I
has
get you.
been a strangely controversial issue.
Yeah, I'm sure the only reason that
think
it
it's
feels
propaganda, yeah.
weird for that guy or a little off to me is just because we're not used to that.
Yeah.
I've never met another restroom that has that.
Yeah.
I've never been in another restroom.
Yeah, the only all gender inclusive restrooms that I've seen have been like the individual rooms. You know how like they have those family rooms where you
Mhm.
open a door but it's just one room.
Yeah.
It'll just say all gender.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I've never
Mhm.
seen one. I've
Like
personally-
that,
I've
dude.
just
I should take you there, dude. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
just
I
for the
mean-
restroom.
Just
Just
for
to
the
visit.
restroom.
We're
Just
here
for
to
the
visit the
restroom.
restrooms.
Yeah, because everybody, you know, all that bullshit about like, what about the kids? You know,
Yeah.
if people really cared about that, which you know, I don't think they do. I think the fix of that is they put like some sort of fire alarm thing in there. You know, If you
True,
feel
true,
unsafe,
true,
just pull it.
No, I mean I've been to that bar plenty of times. I've never felt like anybody's ever been weird or like I've ever
Yeah.
felt weird. Really?
I've never felt weird being in there, honestly.
Yeah. Or like
I think if I was on the urinal side, maybe, just because I'm like not used to seeing them
Maybe
either.
the-
But
I wonder if the science will ever be there for women to have urinals.
the most I remember I used to
I
feel
saw those cup things. Have you seen those?
no.
You ever seen those?
yeah, I have.
travel cups?
I was thinking about that the whole time.
It's
she was
like
talking.
it's like a
It's so gross though. I don't think that would work.
it's like
Because it's like, where you gonna put it in your pocket after you pissed in it?
it's a cup, but it has like a little tube, so you and then it.
So,
So
I'd
you
have
wear
to
it?
like,
Yeah.
I would have to like put,
Yeah,
no,
you have to put it on
I'm not
there,
doing
Yeah.
that.
and then
Yeah.
obviously
doing
like either put it away or clean it before
That's
you put it
why
away.
the science isn't there. It's not there
I would
yet.
not. I don't think.
I don't think
I
it'd
don't
ever
think
be
it'll
there.
get-
It's
yeah, I
too
don't think-
natural. It's
Yeah.
too natural.
I feel like it's
Well,
or it has to. No, I don't know, cause like you guys can just like
well,
you guys have zippers, but we have to like completely like
yeah.
like take it off. Cause I was gonna be like we could have something in that, but we have to just stand over it,
Well,
so it doesn't work. It's the same thing.
I was
just sit
gonna
down.
say in other countries, people squat like over
Yeah.
a hole.
Yeah.
Maybe that can be.
That
cool.
feels so
But that's still
uncomfortable.
the same thing. Might as well just put like a
Reinventing the
toilet
wheel,
seat.
bro.
But a hole
Not
doesn't.
the piss politics.
But a hole. I'm just saying, like space wise,
Uh-huh.
a hole in the ground
Uh-huh.
doesn't as a toilet.
And I have
doesn't
to
take up space.
squat.
It's just a toilet.
At least there's
It's
a toilet
just a
seat.
toilet.
At
I'm
least I
just
have a toilet seat.
hypothesizing. I'm just
Yeah.
hypothesizing.
Yeah, I do think that Truly's bathroom should be in more places because I think it also is faster. Because I think because people feel a little awkward.
I don't think it would fly in other places.
Like
I think
in
because truly,
conservatism?
is.
Oh,
like
there'd be
a-
weirdos for sure.
Well, no. I just mean it wouldn't fly because like people would make a big stink about it. I
Oh,
think
I
the
get
only
you.
reason it flies in
Big
Truly
stink.
is because like that's
a
a
bar.
younger crowd.
Yeah,
that
it's a
goes
bar
there.
too.
Also, Truly is a younger drink.
Yeah.
I feel like older people drink beer and like hard liquor,
Yeah.
but like seltzer's a younger people
It's
thing.
crazy because it's a bar. I know for a fact some guys have tried to spit game while in there because they're like drunk and because the only time I've ever felt like weird was because I just felt insecure about peeing because you pee in the urinals and then you have to go to the toilet site to wash your hands. I just felt weird about like I'm washing my hands because I have like obviously I used it to like pee, you know. I was like,
But nobody's thinking about that.
I
Only
know,
you're
but I
thinking
know,
about
no, that's
that.
why it's just
Yeah,
like an
yeah.
insecure thing.
Yeah, but I wish, you know, but I'm telling you, other places they'd
No,
make a big
yeah,
stink about
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Also, it's in LA, right?
yeah. It's like in
Yeah.
Little Tokyo, yeah.
Yeah, more liberal area.
Yeah. For sure, like the most unique looking bathrooms I've ever seen. It doesn't even have a door.
Yeah, like put that in. Oh, that's probably good though. that it doesn't
No,
have a
yeah,
door.
for sure.
Yeah,
That-
safety.
bro, the engineers, they cooked.
Yeah.
They cooked. No door, so that way people aren't weirdos in
Like
there.
I'm trying to think if they put that in Pasadena, I don't think that would fly. Pasadena, just
Well,
on downtown.
I mean,
Orange
yeah.
County for sure. Hell no.
I've never seen another bathroom like that one. I'm telling you, if you live in LA, go to Truly Bar and go to the restrooms.
That's good, man.
Visit
Tell
just for the
them, tell
restrooms.
them we sent you.
Yeah, tell them we sent you.
Tell them- there's this podcast that told us to come here for the bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was like, I've never seen other restroom
Would
like
you say that one's more
Innovative.
efficient? Like that
I
one's,
think
I don't
so.
think I've ever seen a line.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
Yeah,
I
I don't
think it
think-
is. It's either
And it's been packed in there
yeah,
before.
and I've never
Yeah.
seen it like there's a line or nothing. Well, there's no door, so you can't wait outside.
do you think part of why there's no line is because you know how some people are uncomfortable? taking
Dude,
people-
yes, yes,
People
yes.
are like,
yes.
nah, I think I can hold it.
I either that, or people get in there and they immediately become awkward. Like,
Oh,
They just watch
it.
They,
They
they
do
try to
everything
get the
fast.
fuck out.
yeah,
of
they
there.
get the
Yeah.
fuck out of there because they think it's kind of cute in the way that like I could tell
I
some
think-
people when it's their first time they're like, oh,
Yeah,
we're all in here.
I didn't even know it was built like that. Because I mean, I'm just so used to just going to the stall
yeah.
that I didn't realize that like the guy's restroom is right on the other side of it.
Mm.
I always thought the whole time that it was for both of us. Either way,
Yeah.
like, they would also use the stalls. Not until eventually
is.
I
I
actually.
mean, it is.
I mean, yeah, but like not until recently that I noticed that there is urinals, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And then once I like caught on the idea of how it was built, I was like, I don't really mind it, honestly.
That's
Yeah.
good.
I
I'm
actually don't.
glad. I'm glad.
I've
'Cause I was-
never,
yeah.
and I think it's also just the atmosphere where it's like if something goes down, I know people are gonna like say shit
Because there's like
Yeah.
both genders.
because
in
there's
here.
both people
Yeah.
there, and like
Yeah.
I don't think it's ever. I think that's the other part is that it's never like quiet in there. Like there's
Yeah.
people always in there,
Yeah.
and so I think that's the
And
other
there's
reason.
no door, you know.
I think that's the other reason as to why like I'm not too uncomfortable with it because it feels like there's an open space and there's always people around.
Oh, for
So
sure.
I think that's why I think for the most part
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
mind it too much.
And I think in general, there's a lot of propaganda that tells you to mind, you know?
Yeah.
Like, so.
Yeah. For sure, there's probably been some incidents that I don't know about, but
Oh, yeah. Like, there's isolated events for everything.
Yeah.
But I
True.
think I'm just saying, like, people use those things to
I gotta
make a
ask
statement.
the Truly manager the statistics of that bathroom. Like, is it lower? Compare it to other bathrooms. Like, is there less incidents? Is
Maybe.
there less time? I have never seen a line, and I've been in there when it's been packed.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
never seen.
Well, I
a
mean,
line.
it's a bar. I feel like most people just be going in there to piss.
True.
I'm sure
or
there.
throw up.
I'm sure there's real shitters, you know, who be going in there. But
Bro, that's what I was thinking about. I was like, dude, imagine like
I
what
just-
having to take the biggest shit of your life
I
and
just
stepping out, and it's all women.
I just think
I'd be
it's
like,
I just think it's kind of wild to fucking take a fucking shit in a club and go back out there and
And start dancing.
Dancing.
shake ass
Yeah.
after you just had that shitty
I
butt.
had a homie who
Yeah.
who
who would do that.
who no he went
Notorious
to
shitter.
he went to a bar and he had to
Yeah.
go take a shit really really bad.
Yeah,
So he said that he said he went into the stall at the bar
yeah.
and it was so bad that like I think he was also small so he like had to like hold on to like
he
that.
was-
So he was shitting
Yeah.
and then he said after that he got COVID.
Ew.
He
Yeah,
got
he
COVID
got
after.
COVID,
Oh, I
yeah.
probably touched it.
And he's like I think it's because I fucking shit in the bar restroom
probably
that he blames. That's why.
Well, because people probably
got
go in there to
COVID.
throw up, and then
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, life lesson: never shit at a bar.
Never.
or
Yeah,
club.
he said I learned my lesson. Never shit at a bar.
yeah.
Never shit at a bar. Life
I
lesson.
just think that's an insane move. You know, I mean, yeah, I get it.
Real
Sometimes
shitters.
you gotta go. You gotta
Sometimes
go.
you gotta go. You gotta go.
He said that the restroom was so small that when he would put his feet would pop out of the stall.
What the fuck?
Like that's how small the stall
Was he?
was.
Is he a tall guy?
I would say he's like
Medium?
semi-tall. Yeah.
Okay. It's not bad.
But yeah.
That's crazy.
And then that was a funny story because he's like, bro, I caught COVID. Like,
Did he go back out there and dance?
I don't know.
That was wild, bro.
I remember one time when I was at Chili's, I remember I was feeling it. I was like buzz as fuck. I remember I peed, and then I'm washing my hands. And it always happens. There's always someone there who has never been there before. It was like this woman and her friends, and she was super drunk. I think her friend needed to throw up. And they're like, "Where's the women's restroom?" And I was like, "This is the women's restroom." But that probably sounded so weird.
Oh, yeah. This is.
But I was like, just washing my hands. I was all drunk, so you know when you're drunk, embarrassment isn't real. So I was just washing my hands, and then I just left. Went back to my friends.
That's funny. Maybe they gotta have pissing, shitting, and throwing up now.
Yeah.
Rooms.
Yeah. I think it probably was on my birthday. Do you remember we went there for my birthday a couple years back, like 2 years back? It was probably then. I was probably drunk as shit, and then I went in there and I was like,
That's funny.
But yeah.
But yeah,
That's
pink pill.
the pink pill.
That's
for
funny, but the
today.
pink pill is not.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's not.
That's
cool.
crazy though. For restrooms, that's how badly they wanted women to stay at home. They were like, we're not making restrooms, so like your ass when you want to go out, you have nowhere to pee.
No, that's
So it makes you not want to go out.
no, that's understandable. Like sometimes when you have to pee and like you can't find a restroom, it's right. I'm like, that sucks.
Yeah, well on the other part, it's like because even now if I go somewhere and I always think it's very what's the word? It's very like it doesn't work for me to always go there. Like it's very like complicated to go there. Yeah, inconvenient.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not gonna go.
Yeah.
So it would make sense that if I'm like, damn, I'm gonna go out, but I'm like, damn, that place doesn't have a restroom for me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go there. So it's like, I can't imagine that they were like, they were probably thinking that of like, fuck, like if I go out, I can't pee.
Yeah. You know me, the feminist that I am, I always grew up with women friends. And it was whenever we'd go out to hang out, like let's say we were gonna go smoke or we were just gonna like, especially when I was younger, we were gonna like visit some place at LA River or like sneak in some place. They always were say nah because they knew that they wouldn't find a place to pee. Well, a guy can just pee anywhere. They'd be like, I don't want to pop a squat in a fucking like bush or anything. And I was always like, valid. I get that. That's totally true. And I think it relates to that like a lot of dudes don't think about that. They're just like, come on, hold it in.
Yeah. Or when y'all are like, you just went to go pee. I have a small bladder.
Yeah. In retrospect, most guys probably don't have to hold it in that much. You just, at worst comes to worst, I always think that like, I'll just find an alley.
Y'all can pee a tree.
Just find a fucking alley.
Yeah, it's true. That's
piss
true.
in a bottle.
Yeah, because also, the women also need to use they don't need to, but are more likely to use the baby wipes. And obviously dudes are just like, let me just be in this corner.
They do need to though, right? Sanitary wise.
I'm not a women's side.
For men or women?
No, to clean. Yeah, right. Sanitary wise.
I think so. I don't really know too much about it.
Can't that cause an infection?
Because I've heard stuff for both.
Oh.
Because there was a girl.
Oh, really?
Because there was a girl who talked about how she was using a specific toilet paper and she got like an infection.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
So that's why I think people. I think that's why people say it's better to just use what is it, bidets or something.
Yeah.
Maybe when I have
know.
money one day.
Yeah. I don't know.
When this podcast takes off, we're gonna do a vlog of our first bidet use. The thumbnail censor bar under.
No, I'll do the Brad Pitt face. That's the kind of pictures he was sending to her, bro. He's on the bidet and he's. Yeah, but that about does it for
for this week.
We really hope everybody enjoyed this episode. Please keep your hearts open to the fires, which are still going on. You know, if you have the
shout out to the firefighters.
If you have the resources, please donate. You know, we put a couple stuff on our story, but there's a lot of resources to look for. There's animal shelters. A lot of women need feminine products. You know. So please keep your hearts open to that.
If y'all are able to donate directly to people's GoFundMes, y'all can do that too. Or if you know somebody and would like to share their GoFundMes, because that goes directly to them. So I've heard that that's very helpful for them. But be aware of all the information that is also being, put out.
Yeah, all the misinformation.
So, but yeah, sending a lot of love to everybody. It's been nice seeing the community kind of help each other out. So that's been really nice. So hope you guys are out there and being safe. But yeah, Brandon.
Yeah, before I send everybody off, shout out to you, LJ Chicano, Eli Quintero, I am Potato Tots, Stephen Carbajal, Carla Corazon, and El Verdugo de Pasadena. Your patronage is always appreciated. If anybody ever wants to join the Patreon, our link is always in the description. Thank you so much for watching. We really hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.